Dr. Omoshola Deji. I hope your day has been going fine. I hope it has been going great. Now, today we have two topics to talk about, two very important topics. The arrest of Ajeiro, the chairman of the Nigeria Labour Congress, will be diving into the issue to do some in-depth analysis about it. Then, the Abure faction in the Labour Party have declared that there is not going to be any automatic ticket for Peter Obi in the 2027 presidential election. But you want to take a moment to imagine that we are still in 2024. The election was held last year. The Supreme Court put finality to the election just months ago. So you want to ask yourself that if the election held last year and the Supreme Court put finality to the election some months ago, why are politicians trying to immediately, plan for 2027? Supreme Court just gave judgment just months ago. It shows that politics is a full-time job. Politicians are incurable optimists. That is what it shows. And it shows that they don't sleep. They plan ahead. And I've said it times immemorial that they used to say, there's a popular saying that 24 hours is a long time in politics. So if you are supporting the non-performance of any government in any country you are, I used to tell my friends that if 24 hours is a long time in politics, then a year or a month is a long time in governance. Yes, you just that's a take home for me. If 24 hours, if it's a long time in politics, as they used to say, then a month or a year is a very long time in government. That means that for any serious government, within a month, a lot can be achieved. Within a year, a lot can be achieved. So if 24 hours is a long time in politics, a month is a long time in governance. So hold that at the back of your hand. How do our elders put? No, hold it on your left hand so that when they bring any lyrics to you, regardless of any country you are staying, regardless of the government in power, and they say, oh, give us more time. This government is just coming in. If it is more than 3-4 months, at least, even if the government is not performing, there should be what we call a policy direction. There should be what we call walking the talk. Now, if the policy direction of the government equates the walking the talk, then you know that, okay, this government is on right track. Let's just give this government some time. But in any country that you are living, if they say 24 hours is a long time in politics, and they are saying, oh, in governance, give us 4 years, give us, give us 8 years, give us 10 years, give us 2 more years. Know that that government is not serious. So, but if it is months, okay, now let's do it like this. If it is months, let's differentiate between months and year, right? If it is within months, you can still say, okay, this government is yet to clock a year, but immediately that government clocks 1 year. If that government clocks 1 year, then you should know that government is absolutely not serious. So if it is months, what you need to rate is the policy direction of the government, then is government walking the talk. And on the home front in Nigeria, let me give you an example. For instance, if government is saying, okay, we want to remove fuel subsidy, right? We want to float the naira. We can say that is the policy direction of the government. Okay, when you remove the fuel subsidy, are you thinking about the impact of the removal of that fuel subsidy on the people? So is your policy one-way traffic as a government, or your policy is multi-directional? Is your policy going like this, like a back and forth kind of thing, or your policy is one way? So if your policy as a government is just one way, then something is wrong. That means you are acting to your own benefit largely as a government. So if your policy is one way as a government, it shows you are acting largely for yourself, because it should be like this, like multi-directional. It should be multi-directional. Emmanuel Black Shew, I see you. God bless you, my brother. Help me press the like button. God bless you, Emmanuel Black Shew. I'm happy to have you. So the thing is, if you look at it, and the policy direction of government is like this. Look at me. It's like this, like one way, instead of like this. So it shouldn't be unidirectional. It should be multi-directional. And for the people just joining us, because I can still regard you as early participants. So I dropped the lyrics some moments ago, which I want you to keep in mind. I said it's a popular saying that 24 hours is a long time in politics. And I assert that, yeah, if 24 hours is a long time in politics, if you agree by the saying that 24 hours is a long time in politics, then 1 year is a long time in governance. Month is a long time in governance. If 24 hours is a long time in politics, a month is a long time in governance. I'm just trying to recap myself for the benefit of those that are just joining us. And if it is still within months, we can distinguish it between months or years. If it's still within months, then what you need to look at is the policy direction of the government. Look at the policy direction of the government, and apart from that, look at it. Is it multi-directional or unidirectional? What do I mean by unidirectional policy of government? The unidirectional is if the policy favors the government alone, if the government is the utmost beneficiary of the policy, if the policy is for the government alone, like it mainly favors the government, the political elite, the ruling class, you can include the traditional rulers, just the ruling elite at large. If it favors only the ruling elite, just know that that policy is unidirectional. Now, the second one is multi-directional. The multi-directional is if the policy of government is like this, like, it goes back and forth, like government is taking, and the people that government is ruling over is also taking. Government is giving, the people that government is ruling over is also giving. That is a kind of like multi-directional, or you can say bi-directional policy. But if this is unidirectional, know that the government is selfish, know that the government is greedy, know that the government is all about himself. So if 24 hours is a long time in politics, then I dare say that a month is a long time in governance. Now, to buttress that point, do you know that if a government is leaving office, let's assume that tomorrow morning, like the tenure of a government is going to end tomorrow morning. Now, do you know that before another government takes oath of office, because before another person takes oath of office, everything that government is doing remains binding. Everything remains binding, remains constitutional. So if government can be allowed to act to the last minute, and I think the official time of handing over should be like, I think 11:59 a.m. for every government. Like if for instance in Nigeria, May 29, if there's an election and there's an handing over, the tenure of that particular government will expire 11:59 maximum. So the swearing in must be done before 11:59. So if the swearing in comes earlier, that means the tenure of the incumbent government has expired. So if the swearing in is held on 8 o'clock, that means the swearing the incumbent government tenure has expired. But the swearing in must not pass the time 11:59. You that you are watching me early, I appreciate you. Sometimes as the spirit leads, I try to drop some clue, I try to do some kind of great lyrics for early participants. So if you are watching me, I don't know whether I should use the word I congratulate you, because I've dropped some lyrics. Sometimes when I start my program, I just drop some good lyrics for some early participants, and that's why I told people yesterday, day before yesterday, to always turn on the notification button. So always look at the policy direction of every government. It's very simple. You don't need to be a political scientist for you to know this. You really don't need to be a political scientist. Just look at the policy direction. For instance, the fuel subsidy removal. The government and the federal government and the state government were the utmost beneficiary of that fuel subsidy removal for over a year. Not much was done to the people, to give back to the people. That is one of unidirectional policy. Okay, that's a unidirectional policy, because the government is earning more money, the government is benefiting from the policy, but the people that are impacted by that policy are not benefiting anything despite making sacrifices. The people that policy is meant for are not benefiting anything despite buying fuel at a higher rate. The education is not cheaper, health is not cheaper, infrastructure is not cheaper, nothing seems to be working. So you need to get that aspect, that policy is unidirectional. But labor came in, and that is moving me to one of the topic of the day, which I'm still going to give you the outline. But Labour came in to say that, well, we can't continue like this. This policy has been implemented for over a year. Government, you need to take action. So Labour, Nigerian Labour Congress, was mainly the driving force to make the fuel subsidy removal policy bi-directional, or if you like, multi-directional. I hope you're getting my point. Because I'm laying some strong background that I try to break this thing down. Yusuf Abdul Karim, Iyimoge, I see you. Shout out to you. You says we are suffering. Well, suffering won't be your portion by the grace of God. I think it's affecting everybody, and that's why we need to take political education very seriously. And that is why we need to take anything that relates to politics and governance very seriously. This is not the time to not be serious about anything that relates to politics and governance, because whether you are interested in politics or not is going to affect you. And remember yesterday when I gave you that expo that politics is a ubiquitous and a contagious phenomenon. That's just for 101. Any elementary political scientist should be able to tell you that politics is a ubiquitous and a contagious phenomenon. What do I mean by that? That means politics is all conditioning in all condition. You still don't understand what I mean when I say politics is all conditioning in all condition. I break it down for you. It means that you may not, there's, no matter who you are, no matter what you do, politics will affect you. That is, you are just what it means. You may not affect the state. You may not affect the government. Doesn't know you. Government, barely know whether you exist directly, despite the fact that I'm sure that if they mention, maybe if they mention Dr. Omosholadeji to Tinubu, he doesn't know who Dr. Omosholadeji is. But his policies are affecting me as an individual. Same also for you, Yusuf Abdul Karim. Government doesn't know you personally, but the politics of the actions of government are affecting you directly. Emmanuel Blashew, same for you. That's why they say politics is all conditioning in all condition. No matter who you are, no matter what you do, politics will affect you. You may decide not to vote. You may decide not to participate in election, but whoever is declared the winner, the action of that person, the policy of that person will affect you, will affect your children, will affect your destiny, will affect your grandchild, will affect the kind of upcoming generation. So that is why it is being asserted that political participation must be taken with utmost seriousness, and the thing is, people are passive. Government has done all within to make to reduce political knowledge, and that is why I am here doing my bit. Hopefully my message will reach out to so many people. As you know, on this platform, we don't hate, we don't abuse, we don't discriminate. You learn from me, I learn from you. I give my lecture. In the next days, I will activate the calling session. I drop in my expertise as a political scientist, a public affairs analyst. I am a political scientist by training with a PhD in political science. So I speak from an informed and expert perspective. If you are just watching me for the first time, God has destined that you and I are going to be friends, and I welcome you warmly. So as I was saying, the NLC was what made the policy of government bi-directional. I spoke about unidirectional. I spoke about bi-directional, right? It was the NLC that made the policy of government bi-directional. So the thing is that the policy of government as regards the first subsidy removal was only benefiting the elite class, was only benefiting the ruling class. They were the only one profiting from it. Not until NLC wielded the big stick and said, no, you cannot continue like this as a government. States are earning more money, the presidency is earning more money, and you are not getting back to the people. The people's salary are the same. The living condition is worsening. People are becoming destitute in their country. You cannot continue like this. So it was the NLC, which I'm going deep into the analysis of the NLC president, Joe Ajeiro, which I'm going to dive into. But I'm trying to lay some solid background so that By the time I go into that analysis, you are well abreast, you are well informed. That's why it's not good to come late to my lecture series. And if you are watching me right now, thumbs up to you for coming early. So the thing is, it was NLC that became the driving force. So that means that, let's imagine that NLC choose not to take any action. If NLC had decided to take no action, I think till now, maybe people will still be receiving 30,000 naira. That's the truth, because government was not showing any seriousness to make sure that the people benefited from the first subsidy removal. So it was mainly benefiting the ruling class, the elite class. So the thing is, so much as NLC has their own flaws, the NLC has done well by making the policy of government bi-directional, like back and forth between the government and the people that the policy is meant to affect. Now, that brings me to the topic of today. Today we have two topics. It concerns the NLC and it concerns the Labour Party. The NLC chairman, Ajeiro, was arrested at the airport in Abuja. So I'll be analyzing that, okay, what has been happening to Ajeiro? Is it in national interest or is it tyranny? Now I will give my analysis. I won't give you an answer. I leave you to form an opinion whether it is based on national security or it is just tyranny from the government. Mine is to share my expert perspective with you. You are free to drop your comment. You are free to share your opinion. If your opinion contradicts mine, you are welcome. That is one of the principles of this platform. Everybody is equal. Everybody is welcome. On this platform, we don't abuse. On this platform, we don't insult. On this platform, we learn from each other. This is a matured platform. This is not a platform whereby Hausa will be tackling Igbo, Igbo will be tackling Yoruba, Ibibio will be tackling Ijo. No. Here, we listen from each other, we learn from each other. And like I used to say, don't think your comment doesn't make sense. I love to read comment that doesn't make sense. Don't be intimidated. Don't say, oh, the person doing the presentation owns a doctorate. So let me not drop this my comment because it doesn't make sense. No, Rome wasn't built in a day. I love to read comment that doesn't make sense as much as I love to read comment that makes sense. So if your comment doesn't make sense today, you are a work in progress. Trust me, if you stick to my channel, I can assure you that by December, definitely your comment will begin to make sense. In the few minutes that I've used on this broadcast, if you join me immediately I've started, you must have picked from something from the background analysis that I made at the beginning of this broadcast, whereby I was trying to talk about policies of government, and I said, just for the benefit of people that are just joining us, that if you believe in the assertion, that the popular assertion that 24 hours is a long time in politics, then trust me, 2 months, 1 month, 1 year is a long time in government. Then I move straight into the policies of government, that the policies of government as regards relation with the citizen is always either unidirectional or bidirectional. What do I mean by unidirectional? Unidirectional is if it only favors the people in government and the ruling political elite. If it takes away from the masses but doesn't give back to the masses, that is unidirectional. And I use the instance of fuel subsidy removal, and I said that the opposing side is when the policy of government is bidirectional, and I related to Labour, NLC, that NLC was the driving force that made the fuel subsidy removal policy bidirectional in such a way that government has been earning huge from the removal of fuel subsidy. Now Nigerians have an increased wage, so Nigerians are paying more and now they are earning more, though it can be argued, intelligently argued at that what Nigerians are earning is what we can call a destitute wage, because if your salary cannot take you home, if your salary cannot provide good meal on your table, if from your salary you cannot have a savings, no matter how little it is, if you are working and despite earning a salary, you can't have the basic necessities of life. If you are using rubber band to hold your phone, then that means that you are being paid a destitute wage. So the thing is, the 70,000 naira that government says that people should be paying as minimum wage, to me, based on the reality of the economy today, if you're a family man with 3 kids, it is absolutely a destitute wage. Another way to look at it is how many people are even paying this minimum wage anyway. You that you are watching me, I don't want to kind of like say people should make a public disclosure, but if it is convenient for you to tell me how much you are earning and how you are surviving in this economy, I will appreciate it. But it's not compulsory. If you don't feel comfortable to kind of like display your salary, if you feel that some of your family members may be watching, if you feel your girlfriend may be watching, if you feel some of your friends that like to borrow and that like to parasite from you may be watching, well, you can keep the information. But if you are the type that it is convenient for you to disclose it, just look at how much, or you can just tell me that without revealing your salary, you can just tell me that is your salary able to kind of like make ends meet for a month? Like, is your salary able to cater for you and your family? I think that's the best approach. So if you are watching me, I want to read your comment. Don't drop your salary, because trust me, your girlfriend may be watching, your brother that is billing you may be watching, that your classmate may be watching, and also your village people. You never can tell. Don't say there's no network in the village. They have their own spiritual network. Their eyes are everywhere. So they are not interested in your salary before. Don't reveal your salary on this platform, because your village people may just be watching. Okay, so the thing is, on this episode of Politics with Omoshola Deji, like I said, the first topic is the arrest of NLC president. Is it for national interest, or is it tyranny? Then the second topic is as regards the Labour Party under Abure's declaration that 2027, there's no automatic ticket for Peter Obi. What is the politics behind that? What is the implication of that? How does that affect the life of ordinary Nigerians? Like I said, in the first minute of this analysis, I revealed to you, when you join my broadcast, as a PhD in political science, I give you some lyrics that ordinarily you may not get to come across it, because you barely see some political scientists to come on the platform. So that means for you to get the lyrics, you have to register to be a student of political science. You need to pay school fees. But on this platform, I bring it to you free of charge. In the early part of this analysis, if you've been watching me, you will recall that I said politics is a ubiquitous and a contagious phenomenon. And I also assert further that it is all conditioning in all condition. I gave you the meaning of that, and I explained to you that one of the meaning is you may not affect the state, you may not affect the government. Government may not know you. I have over 50 people watching me right now. I'm not sure the governor of your state know you in person. If the governor of your state knows you in person, that means you are a very lucky guy. I'm not sure the president knows you in person. So these people don't know you, but their policies, their actions, their inactions affect you daily. So that means that government may not know you at all. Government may not know that you exist. Government may not even cater for you, may not do anything for you, but the actions of government will keep affecting you day by day. That is what it means, that it is all conditioning in all condition. And that is also one of the meaning of politics being a ubiquitous and a contagious phenomenon. Now, the issue of this NLC chairman, you see, when government takes actions, you would think that, or I can tell you as a political scientist, that it is expected, because government has so much powers. Government has so much powers. After God, the other thing that has so much powers, if you look around you, is the government, right? So government has so much power. Because government has so much power, you as an individual, government is like an elephant, right? You as an individual, you are like an ant. So that means that government has all it takes to crush you. So when government takes action, it is believed that the government is taking the action because you have really crossed your boundary. But what we have in Africa is, even when you have not really crossed your boundary, you see government taking action. Even when it is not the action they are taking, or what you've done does not commensurate the action, you see government going all out to take some strange actions. And I said yesterday, for example, that this end bad governance protest that just ended in Nigeria, people say they want to protest. Most of them are kind of like people that are dissatisfied with the policies and actions of government. Government is preparing to roll out the military. Imagine that. So the thing is, you are an elephant as a government, and the people or a group of people or individual, they are more like an ant. It is believed that you as an elephant, before an ant can make you to act, follow my analysis, before an ant can make you to act, that means that that ant would have frustrated you. That means that your action based on you trying to restrict or to kind of like execute or eradicate that ant becomes necessary. But what we have in Africa is that government is like an elephant, but even if the ant is catwalking, that's what we have in Africa. Even if the ant is catwalking, the elephant will rise. And you will imagine that government, you are like an elephant, an individual or a small group of individuals, they are like an ant. Why are you behaving like this? So the thing is, government in Africa react to ants with so much vigor and so much venom, rather than even in Africa, especially in Nigeria. Sometimes if the ant is passing and catwalking and government doesn't like the way the ant is catwalking, the elephant in this case, which is the government, will begin to roar. If the ant just ordinary ease, we find a situation whereby the elephant will come with his fierce action against the ant. So what am I trying to say is that people in Africa, and in this case Nigeria, sometimes use the apparatchik of the state against their real and imaginary enemies. Yes, real and imaginary enemies. So your enemies are usually categorized into two. It's either your enemies are real, or you are just the one wasting your time and thinking this person is your enemy. The person may not even have your time. So they are always real and they are always imaginary enemies. So the thing is, the action against Ajeiro, is it for national interest or basically for self-interest? Are people using the apparatchik of the state to kind of like silence Ajeiro based on the power that he wields? Is Ajeiro truly a terrorist? Could Ajeiro be conniving with people to bring government down? To what, for what benefit? To what end? What will Ajeiro achieve by that if he connive with people to bring government down? We'll be diving into the deep analysis of that. Like I said, the topic is about Ajeiro, whether it is in national interest or it's just a display of tyranny. I will just give you my analysis. I leave you to kind of like take the final to go home with whatever you think, whether it is tyranny or whether it is in national interest. Now, one thing of interest is the way the eyes, I use the example of elephant and ant, where I said government is like an elephant, an individual is just like an ant. So for elephant to act against an ant, that, oh, Willie, my brother, I see you. Good to have you here, bro. Good to have you here. Welcome, Willie. I see you, my brother. God bless you. So the thing is, for an elephant to act against an ant, it means that ant must have really crossed his boundary. But what we have in Nigeria is sometimes, like I said, the ant may just be catwalking. The elephant will come with so much fury, so much venom. Now, the way the security agencies are focused on Ajeiro, let's start with that. If the police is focusing on you, if the DSS, the NIA, the Office of the National Security Advisor is focusing on you, ordinarily, one will expect that you are a die-hard terrorist. One will expect that you have the capacity to rule Nigeria. One will expect that, the reset button of Nigeria is in your hands. One would expect that you are God's PA. Yeah, you heard me right. You are God's PA. And you have been talking to God, and the security agencies have it at the back of their, have it in their file that you are talking to God to press the reset button to finish Nigeria, or you are God's PA, or the new Noah, the biblical Noah, that God has told you to go and build an ark that is going to use rain to perish Nigeria, or you are the Lucifer that God want to use to set fire on Nigeria. So the thing is, that is when you can have all the eyes of the security agencies on you. Because ordinarily, if you have the eyes of the police on you alone, it is more than enough stress and headache for you. But Joe Ajeiro, we haven't heard anything about him, not until this protest of maybe increased minimum wage or not until it happened. And the end by governance protest, NLC didn't even participate anyway. So if somebody that has been a professional, because for you to be the president of Nigeria Labour Congress, that means you must have been part of the organization for years, right? You must have been part of the NLC for years. It's not that maybe you just joined today and you'll be made the chairman of NLC, right? So the thing is, if Ajeiro has been a professional and we have not heard much thing about him, how come all of a sudden the eyes of the security agencies are just on? And it is not one. At least I've listed 4 for you, right? Now the police are on his case, the DSS are on his case, the Office of the National Security Advisor are on his case, the National Intelligence Agency are on his case. And you wonder that what is going on? You know, how about all these kidnapper, bandit? So if 4 security agencies are on Joe Ajeiro's case, you know, that slender tiny guy, you know Joe Ajeiro, very slender tiny guy like this. So if 4 security agencies are using the resources and the institution of state, is it that Joe Ajeiro is a terrorist? Is it that Joe Ajeiro is a threat to the Nigerian state? Or is it that, like I used the parable of elephant and ant, is it that the ant is just catwalking and the elephant feel threatened and is kind of like raging towards the ant? That is why when you join my analysis, you need to kind of like follow it carefully, because I connect the dots. I connect, you know, I told you about elephant and ant. Now I have connected it with what is happening to Joe Ajeiro as regards 4 security agencies being on your case. If 4 security agencies are on your case, you must either be a die-hard terrorist, you must you must be God's PA, you must have God's phone number that you can tell God now, say, God, oh yeah, perish Nigeria. For 4 security agencies to be on your case, the police, the DSS, the NIA, the Office of the National Security Advisor, you know, the National Security Advisor is not like it's not a security agency, it's an advisor, right? So I would say 3 security agencies and 1 key government official. I think it's safe to put it that way, right? So if these people are on your case, it's either you are a terrorist, a die-hard terrorist, an unimpetent terrorist. If you are just leading protests and 3 security agencies are on your case, is it, you know, does that point towards a tyrannical government? If you are a man that is earning a legitimate living, but you are just opportune to be the leader of the Labour Congress, and maybe some of your actions are not in tune with the government, does that give us sign of a tyrannical government? Are we just starting a phase in Nigeria whereby tyranny will become the order of the day, whereby government will be unleashing its venom, whereby it will be like the case between the elephant and the ant? Is that the new episode? Because what we've been having is episode of anti-masses policies, episode of hunger, episode of suffering. So are we now moving toward the episode of tyranny? And one thing about tyranny is, to use the words of this scholar, I think Martin Yemoa, who asserts that when they are doing injustice to others, he didn't talk. By the time they come for him, nobody was available to speak for him. So if it is tyranny, if government does it to Joe Ajeiro and nobody speaks, you that you are in the National Assembly, you are wearing agbada, you feel you are a senator, it's coming to you. It is coming to you, you know. Barnabas Paul, I see you, shout out to you. Please help me press the like button, great people, okay? So the thing is, that episode of that, is it what is happening? or Joe Ajeiro is a full-blown terrorist, right? And if Joe Ajeiro is a full-blown terrorist, well, will he be part of NLC? Will he be operating in Abuja, or is he just using NLC as a disguise? Or is it that the enemy of state have kind of like bought him over? So if all eyes of security agencies are on you, that means you must be a terrorist. Or is it the case of elephant running against the ant because he doesn't like the way the ant is catwalking, because he doesn't like the beautiful face of the ant? Because the ant just east, the elephant want to finish the ant. Is that what we are having? So the thing is, Joe Ajeiro was trying to board a plane to the United Kingdom. He has something that pertains to his professionalism, which is, I think, a seminar or a symposium by the trade unions in Europe. But that event is holding in UK. One thing we need to check is Joe Ajeiro trying to escape? And one of the ways we can get that is that program that he's going for. When was he scheduled? When did he register to participate in that program? When was his flight ticket booked? I've given you 3 things for you to know. That program, when did the organizer make it public that so program will be holding? You know that they would have, if you want to hold a conference, if you want to hold a seminar, if you want to hold a symposium, you would have been planning ahead and you would have made adequate publicity, right? You would have made adequate publicity for the program. So when did the organizers of the program that Joe Ajeiro is going for in the UK, when did they publicize the program? Because we can't rule out the fact that if Joe Ajeiro is truly a terrorist or is truly a danger to the Nigerian state, it is very easy to organize a conference abroad and say, oh, you are going. That's the truth. It is very easy. If you have international networks, it is very easy for your colleagues, your professional colleagues, to organize a conference and kind of like invite you. They can even make you the guest speaker, and you will use that as a legitimate reason to fly out of your country. It's not impossible. That's why I said we need to look at it. That conference or that symposium or seminar that Ajeiro is going for, although it is based on his professional, it is based on his professional practice, we need to look at it. When was that program? When was it planned? The government recently announced the increase in minimum wage from 30,000 to 70,000 naira. Was the planner of those events, have they scheduled the event? Have they been planning it before then? If it is yes, then we move to the next stage, right? When did Ajeiro decide that he want to participate in that particular program? Bitrus Ruto say how old are you? I am some numbers years old. I've answered you, Bitrus Ruto. He said, how old are you? I am some numbers years old. If you are just watching me for the first time, please do well to subscribe to this channel. Let me introduce myself to you. My name is Dr. Omosholadeji. I am a political scientist by training. My PhD is in political science. So this thing that I'm doing, it's my thing. So, and I usually say that if God has destined you to come to this platform, maybe YouTube recommend my video for you, that means God has destined that you and I will be friends. This is an interactive platform where people respect each other, where we learn from each other. So if you are just watching me for the first time, do well to subscribe, do well to turn on the notification button. I have over 80 people watching me and I have just 1 like. Please press the like button. Show love to me, my people. It is other people that were pressing like buttons in past video that you are benefiting from now if you are just watching me. If they didn't press the like button, YouTube may not have recommended the video to you. So do well to press the like button, do well to press the love button so that other people can also benefit the way you are benefiting from the effort of past people. And do well to drop your comment. If you're just watching me for the first time, like I usually say, don't think that your comment doesn't make sense. Rome wasn't built in a day. I love to read unintelligent comment as much as I love to read intelligent comments. So I want to hear from you. Right? Let's make it interactive. And in the next days, as I've reviewed to my regular listeners, that I'm trying to activate a calling session whereby, as you are hearing me, I want to hear you too. As you are listening to me, I want to listen to you too. So do well to press the like button. Willie, you are one of the regular viewers, and I think you'll be the one. Willie, if you are still watching me, let me give you a temporary assignment as the moderator, or should I say, the impromptu manager of this platform. Anybody that just subscribe and they indicate in the comment section that they just subscribe, really do well to welcome them in the name of the Lord. Okay. Freedom Trade. Okay, I see you. Those are one of the regular people on this platform. Freedom Trades, anybody that drops comment that they are watching for the first time, do well to welcome them in the name of the Lord. And anybody that indicate that they just subscribe, do well to clap for them, do well to kind of like welcome them, make them feel comfortable. So the thing is, Africa yesterday, today, and tomorrow says, are there findings, allegations established against Ajeiro already? Well, stay tuned to this platform and just keep following my analysis. Okay, so as I was saying, if you are yet to subscribe, make sure you subscribe and turn on the notification button. Okay, so the thing is, if you look at it, we need to look at when that seminar or conference that Ajeiro was planning to attend in the UK, when was it planned? The Nigerian government recently increased minimum wage, because one cannot rule out the fact that if Ajeiro, assuming but not conceding, that maybe is planning to bring down the government of Tinubu as alleged by the government, or is conspiring against the government, then that means for you to be able to bring down a whole government, that means you must have strong international network. For the people that have pressed like, God bless you. God bless you for heeding my call. And you that you are able to press the like button, I pray God touches your heart. Okay. So the thing is, that means you must have strong international network. So it is not impossible for people to arrange with their international network to arrange a seminar or a symposium just for you to have a legitimate ground to leave the country. It is not impossible. In fact, they will even make you the keynote speaker. Yeah. It is not impossible. So when was that seminar? When was it planned? When did Joe Ajeiro indicate interest to participate in that seminar that of the trade union in UK? When did he indicate interest to participate? Has he indicated interest long ago? And what does his flight itinerary? What does he look like? When did he book the flight? Right? So we need to kind of like examine this. But if Joe Ajeiro has indicated interest long time ago, and there is no judicial pronouncement restricting his participation, definitely it is you cannot tell him not to fly. For you to restrict somebody, there must be like a judicial pronouncement that is restricting that person. Maybe that person, that's why they say, when you listen to some news, they'll say they ask the defendant to submit his passport. So if you submit your passport, you cannot fly. Then what Nigerian government usually do to restrict people from flying? Those of you that have traveled out before, let me explain something to you. Some of you are just passing through the airport. You don't understand some things. So let me take a moment. This is a learning platform. Let me explain what goes on at the airport for you each time you pass through the airport. You know that if you are passing through the airport, let's say you are just flying into Nigeria, you are flying out, where the immigration officials are, there are some people in Mufti that will first of all collect your passport. They will press something on the computer. If you notice, if you are the type that has been opportune to fly out of Nigeria, not local flight to international flight, you will see that before the immigration, or sometimes they sit in almost the same place, there is somebody that will collect your passport. That passport that they collected, they will press something inside the computer. That thing that they are pressing, that person that collected your passport is a DSS official. Some of you just pass through the airport. You don't know what is going on. They just say, your passport, please. You just give them your passport. You don't even know who is collecting your passport. You just see that, you just assume that for this person to collect my passport and some of the security agencies are here, that means this person is a legitimate person working for the Nigerian government. So some of you don't know these things. That the DSS are stationed at the airport. Right? So if the Nigerian government see you as a threat, or they have put your name, they have profiled your name in the system as a person of interest. That's the word, person of interest. For instance, if you are a terrorist, you are a person of interest. If you are deemed, if you are, okay, let me just put it like this, that if you are a real or imaginary enemy of the Nigerian government, you are a person of interest. Because some of the people on DSS list are not real enemies. You know, there are three voices of reasoning. I didn't want to give you this yesterday. You know, somebody was begging me in the comment section that, you know, give me that three reasoning. I said in every country, in every society, there are three voices of reasoning. So if you are the one that was begging me yesterday to give you those three voices of reasoning, I congratulate you. But if you are not here, I'm sorry, you missed out. If you are just joining me, do well to subscribe, do well to turn on the notification button if you are just watching me for the first, because I know some of you are just watching me for the first time. It's YouTube that recommend my video to you. Do well. I have over 100 people watching me. Why are you people not liking? Just click like. It's very easy. Or double tap your screen if you are watching me on full screen. Show some love, people. Okay, so some people are real or imaginary enemies of government. How do real and imaginary enemies, how do government come by them? There are three voices of reasoning. The voice, the supporting voice, listen attentively, the supporting voice, the opposing voice, and I said there are three voices, rather. The supporting voice, the opposing voice, and the voice of reasoning. Let me take a moment to explain those three voices for you. This is the platform where we break it down. You can see in the comment section that people are not abusing each other. We learn from each other. I'm Dr. Omosholadeji, political scientist. That's what I am, my doctorate in. So I'm giving you the knowledge for free, no charges, okay? Now, the supporting voice, the opposing voice, the voice of reason. You see those people on DSS list that I call real or imaginary enemies, they are usually the opposing voice or the voice of reasoning. The supporting voice, you will never find them on DSS list. Never. Those that can present the government, those that are called the political hallelujah boys, you will never find them on DSS list. Because DSS list mainly comprises of real or imaginary enemies. So if you are supporting the government, you are not a real enemy, you are not an imaginary enemy. Anything government do, if it's okay by you, government increase electricity, on your mandate we shall stand. Government increase petrol, remove subsidy, and after like a year remove first subsidy. On your mandate we shall stand. Bola, on your mandate we if you belong to that category, you can never find your name on DSS list. Because the DSS is an agency of government that is like owned by the president. Yes, you heard it. The DSS works based on the dictate of the president. That's why they say Nigerian president is very powerful. DSS is like his personal property. Anybody that is president of Nigeria, DSS takes command directly from the presidency. The police still take command from the Inspector General of Police, who is accountable to the president, right? But the DSS takes order directly from the presidency. I was listening to a show whereby they brought a retired assistant director general of DSS, and they said that why is it that when court give order, I think this man, Amakri, I've forgotten his first name, you know, Kiniko Amakri, is an assistant director of retired assistant director of DSS. So somebody posted a question that why is it that when DSS give order, where is it that when the court give order, DSS barely obey? Please, I don't know why it is difficult for people to press like. You are watching me, you are enjoying me, just to press like. Nigerians are funny people to press like. I'm giving you political education free of charge just to press like. Nigerians are burugo to just press like for something you are watching. If other people did not press like, YouTube will not have recommend my video to you. So you are enjoying me, you don't want other people to enjoy me, you are wicked. Just press like. If you are watching me for the first time, you are yet to subscribe, turn on the notification button. So the DSS is a personal property of the president. They now say, why do the DSS usually fail to obey court order? And that retired assistant director general, he said, when they receive an order of court, people in DSS the most are usually people that are of interest to the presidency. Most times, you understand? Is either you are a terrorist or you are of just interest to the presidency. If you see, look at it. Don't take my word for it. I usually tell you. If they say DSS arrest so person, look at it very well. That person is a person of interest to the presidency. And that person usually belong to either the opposing voice or the voice of reasoning. Or you can also be an enemy of state. For instance, if you are a terrorist, like this Bello Tuji, you are an enemy of state. So when they receive court order, the now retired assistant director general of DSS, Amakri, he said they will go to the attorney general. The attorney general, the court have said we should release this person. The attorney general will go and consult people in the presidency. If they say still keep the person in disobedience to court order, if the presidency in consultation with attorney general, this is something that an assistant director general of DSS said, Amakri. So if you are a DSS official, if you are watching me, at least you will know Amakri. You will know Amakri, right? So he said when they make the consultation, if the presidency says keep the person in confinement, in disobedience to court order, he said the DSS official have no choice. They will just keep the person. Like I tell you, this is an educative platform. So now you have known why the court, after the long sitting argument back and forth, we say release this person. The DSS will not release the person. At least you've gained that knowledge now. That is not because the DSS as an organization does not want to release the person. It is the DSS that will go and consult the attorney general. The attorney general will consult the presidency. If they say still keep this person, they will keep the person. Okay? So if you get to the airport, those people, for those of you that have traveled out before, those people in Mufti that they just wear maybe shirt and trouser, that they first of all collect your passport to put something in the system. It is after that there's an immigration official around. Maybe their desk is usually beside each other. Then you now give it to that immigration official. Those people that first collected your passport, that are on Mufti, they are DSS. You know what they are checking? They are checking whether you are not in the profile of DSS as a person of interest to the Nigerian government or a wanted person. They are checking whether you are not a person that have been declared a threat to national security. That is what those people are. So you just travel to, you just travel and they just say, your passport, please. You don't even know the people that is asking for your passport. You are just giving them in obedience. Now, I've enlightened you that those people, they are DSS. So, you will be imagining that how were they able to catch Joe Ajeiro? Now, you know that when they press something on system, those people, they will look at your face. They will look at the system. If they don't see anything there, there's no report there, you are not a wanted person, there's nothing on your profile, they'll just give you your passport back. They won't stamp it. Note, those people, they don't stamp passport at the airport. They don't. They just collect it and just put something in the system and they give it to you back in just few seconds or few minutes. What they are searching for is whether you have been profiled. If you have been profiled by government, it is the DSS that will profile you. So if you want to fly out, they will grip you. So for Joe Ajeiro to have been arrested, there is high probability that he has been profiled as a person of interest. And they can even put some caveat in that profiling that arrest upon cited. If they put arrest upon cited in your profile, you cannot go anywhere. Immediately at that airport, they will grip you. And if you are a person of interest, they would have said why you are a person of interest. So they may call you to their room for interrogation. Like this professor, there's one guy, one yellow skin professor like that was profiled by the DSS during the days of Yaradua. He said that Yaradua is dead and gone. That each time he wants to fly at the airport, the DSS will take him to their office for questioning. He has been profiled during the days of Yaradua, but they are yet to remove that profiling. So anytime that he is flying, they will see it there that is during the days of Yaradua, but they will still call him to their office to ask him some questions. So the professor was feeling embarrassed. What kind of thing is this? Why is it that every time I want to fly, I'm always being delayed? He published it some years ago. So there's high probability that Joe Ajeiro has been profiled. When government said that these people, these end bad governance protesters, that they will keep an eye on them or something like that, the DSS would have profiled all of them. Somebody like Showore now, that one is even their regular customer. If you are just watching me for the first time, welcome to this platform. This is an educative platform. Do well to subscribe and turn on the notification button, and do well to like. Press the like button. It doesn't cost you anything. If you've been listening to me for some minutes and you are enjoying me, don't you want to be enjoying me? So why won't you subscribe and turn on the notification button? My name is Dr. Omosholadeji, political scientist. Yeah, that's my training. I'm not an engineer. If you give me clothes to sew, if you turn me to a tailor, I will fail. This is my calling. This is what I'm doing. I own a PhD in political science. So you are the right channel, a mature channel. We don't abuse here. We learn from each other. We educate each other. Have I abused anybody since when I'm speaking? I've not abused anybody. We are just enlightening each other. We are educating each other, right? So somebody like Showurena is their regular customer. They have profiled him. So the people that government identified for that end bad governance something, maybe somebody like the Ajeiro now, they would have profiled. He participated in this protest. Maybe somebody like Ebolu Adegborowa, SAN, who stands as a lawyer for the end bad governance protest. Maybe they would have profiled him. So Joe Ajeiro at the airport, they may have he was arrested mainly based on two circumstances would have led to his arrest. Number one, that profiling. That's why it's good to always listen attentively. You can be watching me and be eating. You can be watching me and be drinking, but just make sure you listen attentively. Okay? Now, he would have been arrested if the presidency have ordered the DSS to profile him based on that Briton that was declared wanted that was arrested at the Labour House. So if he has been profiled and the DSS official that collected his passport sees that he has been profiled, and they say that any attempt to travel, if it is airport, arrest upon cited, they will arrest him. That is one. Two, the security agencies at the airport, you may have some of them that are Tinubu fanatic. You may have some of them that are sympathizers in government. Trust me, in the security agencies, there are people that don't even like the government, although they receive order from the government. There are people that are sympathizers of the government. There are people that are loyalists, that are loyal boys to the government. For instance, all the boys in the DSS, it's not all of them that like Tinubu. Some like Atiku. There are some that who they like is Peter Obi. There are some that who they like is Rabi Kwakwanso. That is how, even in the police, in the army, it will be silly of Atiku if he doesn't have his loyal boys in DSS. It's not possible. It's not possible. Quote me. Atiku, despite that he is an opposition, he will have his loyal boys in DSS that will call the Oga. Then they plan something, he go soon turn go bail. Because for you to reach that position, former vice president, you've contested presidency many times, Atiku will have his boys planted in the police, in the military, in the DSS. It is normal. Before Tinubu became president, if not, the code of conduct on the eve of the presidential election, why didn't they see the form that Tinubu filled, code of conduct something, while he was governor in Lagos State? You know, they said they didn't see the form. It was reported widely in the media that we are looking for Tinubu's code of conduct form when his political enemies there were trying to get that form so that they can use it to wail him that, now you have this asset. How did you come about it? After 1999, you have gotten these houses, you have gotten this private jet, you have gotten this, you have got. How did you come about it? When they got to code of conduct bureau, they didn't see his form there, they didn't see his file there. Did the file disappear? Was it witchcraft that took the file? So you know that these key political guys, they have their people implanted in all these security agencies. That's the fact. That is the truth. It will be shame on Tinubu that he was governor of Lagos State for 8 years. He has dream to become the president for many years, as asserted in the Emilio slogan, and he won't have his boys planted in the DSS. So if Tinubu has lost the election, he will still have his key loyalists in the DSS, just as now Atiku will have his own. But those guys will not come out and talk and say, oh, I support Atiku. No. Because their commander-in-chief is President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. You can see that we don't abuse people here, we educate. If you are here to subscribe, if you are watching me for the first time, do well to subscribe and turn on the notification button, okay? You're on a professional platform. My name is Dr. Omosholadeji, political scientist. That's my occupation, political scientist, yeah. So, Ajeiro was either arrested because he had been profiled, that arrest upon cited, or the Tinubu loyalists there, upon citing him, we begin to make contacts that, Ajeiro had been cited at the airport, and when they begin to make contact, they'll just say, don't let him fly, don't let him fly, then they will arrest him. So Ajeiro may have not even been profiled. Yeah, you heard me right. Ajeiro may have not been profiled in the DSS system. But upon getting to the airport, because he's a popular guy, you understand, if you see Ajeiro now, you know him, right? And the case that he was invited to the police headquarters and all that is a public case. It's a case of public interest. So it may even be a police officer, it may even be an immigration that believes so much in Bola Ahmed Tinubu. No matter how bad you are as a government, you have your own sympathizer. Abacha, when he was in government, there were people that that Abacha government way bad, now he pay them. Now under the Abacha government, now they prosper. So every government has his own sympathizer. No matter how bad the government is, take that away from me. No matter how bad you are as a government. During the Buhari time, when people were shouting, crying, there are some people that are praying that this government should not end. Because it was under that government that they are prospering. It is under that government that they are cashing out. So every government usually has his own sympathizer and supporter. And all these guys usually have their people that, that believe in them. If you open the heart of the security agencies, there are some that don't even like Bola Ahmed Tinubu. There are some that it's Peter Obi that they like. There are some it is Atiku that they like. You can't take that away. Right? So he may not have been profiled in the system. It may just be some of the workers at the airport. Upon citing him, they'll be like, we're officer law, you want to spoil the government of my beloved Ahmed Tinubu. Then they begin to make contact. Serious contact. Before you know it, they will say no, interrogating. That person that they call, we also call his own Oga. We call his own Oga. We call his own Oga. And before you know, they will say no, detain him. So it's either he has been profiled, that government has something against him in the DSS system, or it's just the sympathizers of Bola Ahmed Tinubu at the airport that are security agencies that decide to make contact before clearing him before clearing him out. And some, in fairness to these security agencies, may have made the contact out of panic. Don't let's rule that out. Let's be comprehensive in our analysis. You know, Taye Sonny, can you write this in English, please? I hope I read that correctly, right? Some of these people may have made contact out of panic. This security agency that arrest him, because at the end of the day, if they hear that Ajeiro is in UK and government is now panicking, this guy has escaped, they will go and look at the system. How did he get out of the country? Through airport. Who cleared him? His DSS official, so and so. You want to tell me you don't know about Ajeiro's case? Are you not in this country? You want to tell me that you don't know that police invited him? You don't used to listen to news? Everybody on that shift. In fact, if it is a tyrannical government, they can sack all of them. I'm telling you. You know, they can punish them. They can put them on orderly room trial. Because it will be deemed that, but you should know now. Don't you know that government is having a case with Ajeiro? So you haven't heard about the Britain case? You know? That so you don't know about the Britain case, Abi? And you saw him. You didn't confirm from your superiors. You cleared him. He traveled. Somebody that is of interest to government. So some of these guys may have made contact based on that fear. Now, the arrest of Ajeiro. Stanley, I welcome you, my brother. Stanley, where have you been? You are a bit late, oh. Analysis don't go for a while, oh. Shout out to you, Stanley. One of our loyal viewers on this platform. If you are yet to subscribe, if you are watching me for the first time, do well to like, do well to subscribe, do well to turn on the notification button. You are listening to political scientist, Dr. Omosoladeji. Now, I've talked about what Ajeiro was going for. Now, the thing is, if you are not yet convicted, let us take the analysis to another turn. Let us go to another realm. If you are not yet convicted, and you are holding a sensitive office, should government restrict your movement? Right? Because let's assume now that Ajeiro now, he has series of international engagement to represent NLC, and he's not been convicted. He's not been detained. You have not charged him to court. You have invited him. He has honored your invitation. Should you use your own to restrict his movement when there is Interpol? You know what Interpol is? Let me explain to you. Some of you, you know, I break this thing down to pieces. You know what Interpol is? International police. I'm on a night shift. That's why I'm late. Okay, Stanley, shout out to you, my brother. I'm glad to have you here. Welcome. You know what Interpol is? International police. Why? Let me give you. That's why, if you are here to subscribe or you are watching me and you have refused to like this video, over 100 people are watching me. I've gotten just 15 likes. God will judge you. Because you are not paying me. I want to tell you about Interpol now. You will listen, you will get it for free. But to just press like is a problem for you. Don't be wicked, oh. Just to press, it is free, oh, to press like. But you are listening to political scientists free of charge. Just to press like. Some of you are watching me for the first time. To subscribe, he had you. And you are gaining from my knowledge. If I tap my head 3 times, then my head will judge you. Don't make me vex, so. Okay? You know I love you all, okay? Do well to subscribe. Do well to like. It doesn't cost you anything. Now, let me tell you about Interpol. When Osama bin Laden, that 9/11 bomb blast, you know, that tower where they hijack plane and use it to enter that building in US, you would have heard it, right? Global government, the US, decide to align with people in UN and some of all these other governments to create a situation whereby if you commit a crime in a country, you cannot run to another country. If you commit a crime in Nigeria, you cannot run to another country except your movement is restricted. If you commit a crime in Nigeria, let's say, God forbid bad thing, you are fingered to have bombed a state house. Let's say Lagos State Government House now, bomb happened there. The security agencies now fingered you that you are the one that orchestrated that bomb. You know what will happen to you? Should I tell you what will happen? And you are able to escape the country. Good. How did they arrest Sunday Igboho at Benin Republic Airport? How did they arrest Nnamdi Kanu at that Kenyan airport? That is the job of international police, Interpol. You see now, I have diverted a little bit to educate some of you and to like, instead of you to shower me with likes. Nigerians are difficult people, I swear to God. You guys are very difficult people. I feel like just even ending this life and just go away, sir. But because I have my loyal people that are watching me, you know, Stanley, I see you, Willie, you know, Taye, Sonny, Freedom Trace, I see you, Karim Olalekan, Barnabas Paul, Beatrice, Ruto or something, I see you, Yusuf Abdul Karim, Iyimo Gea, or I hope I get that correctly, I see you, you know. For the sake of them, if not, I will just off this life and go. Let me keep my knowledge to myself. You guys are stingy. To subscribe, for some of you, is a problem. To like is a problem. And you are hearing me, you are gaining knowledge. If you want to know how Interpol works, if you are somebody of interest to a country and you fly out, you have not escaped, except if you don't pass through the border of another country. If they report you to Interpol and they get like an order of court, let's say Nigeria has an order of court now, and they report, let's say somebody like Omoyele Sowore to Interpol. If Omoyele Sowore want to fly from US, let's say to Canada by plane or through the border, they will arrest him. You now be wondering that, but Omoyele Sowore is in Nigeria that they want him now. How did they know? How did they arrest him? That is the work of Interpol. International Police. It's through the work of that Interpol that they were able to arrest Sunday Igboho in Benin Republic. If not, Sunday Igboho has already escaped to Benin Republic by land, right? You know, Nigeria has porous border with Benin Republic. He has escaped. He want to board a plane, right? That was when they arrested him. That's the job of Interpol. They do this, you scratch my back, I scratch your back. So if somebody has been profiled in the database of Interpol, no matter where you go in the world, except if you don't pass through the border of another country. If you pass through the border of another country, that country will hold you. Then they will now communicate to that country that is interested in you that we now have him, we have this guy. Why? To curb terrorism. It was after that 9/11 in US that thing was strengthened. Now you've learned that, you've gained that from me, and you are yet to subscribe, and you are yet to turn on the notification button, and you are yet to like this video. You are wicked. So that's the job of international police. So somebody like Ajeiro, if he has serious engagement, can he run away when there's international police? Except if maybe he gets to UK and he decides to go and hide somewhere and he didn't come out. Because you can even liaise with British government that profile this person. Yes, they do profile at the airport. They do profile. If they are not satisfied with you, if the immigration official, you know, is just not satisfied with you, they will profile you. If they have a report about you, they will profile you. They are free to profile you. Let me give you an example. Some of you that have traveled before. If you get to airport, maybe you are going on holiday. That thing happened to me when I went to Paris. As we dey come off for plane like this, you are facing immigration straight. They will ask you, apart from your passport, So where are you going to? That question is profiling. How long will you be staying? How much do you have with you? Those things that immigration officer is doing is profiling. It's profiling you to know why you are in his country. So that they give you visa in Nigeria doesn't mean that is the end though. If that immigration guy profiling you, if he's not pleased, if he finds something suspicious, they can send you back to your country from there. That is so they can do comprehensive profiling for somebody like Ajeiro. Stanley. I've mentioned the arrest of I cite 2 examples. I said the arrest of Nnamdi Kanu in Kenya, the arrest of Sunday Igboho in Benin Republic. Why did it occur? Interpol, International Police. So if somebody is not yet convicted, and that person happens to be an influential or a busy person, right? And that person has an organization. If you restrict that person, what if that person is not found guilty? You would have used that to affect the life of the person, the program of the person. So in this case of Ajeiro, what is the function of international police? There's no court case against him. There's no something against him. If there is serious something against him, why has he not been arraigned since that day that he honored police invite? Why has he not been arraigned in court? So if you just decide to just restrict his movement, intimidate and harass him, that is tyranny. That is tyranny. Do you know that in some countries, for there to be justice, they will send security agency to accompany you? Oh, my people, if you are yet to subscribe, subscribe. Subscribe, you dey learn from me free of charge. If you are yet to subscribe, if you are watching for the first time, subscribe. If you are yet to like. The 19 people that have liked this video, I pray for you. God will bless you. That thing you are begging God for, God will do it for you. Your ways will open by the grace of Almighty God, because you've responded. And for you that have refused to like, I won't say anything, but God will judge you, because you are benefiting from my brain free of charge. Now money I take go school, I didn't collect scholarship from BSc in Africa, masters in Europe, that is in UK, PhD in Asia. It wasn't on scholarship, it was on self-sponsor. And now here I am doing community service. But for you to like is problem. What could be more wicked than that? What could be wickedness than that? For you to like, subscribe is problem. You see Nigerians? There in some countries, they will use their security agency for there to be justice. They will use them to escort you. Yeah, you heard me right. Let me give you an example. I'm very resourceful in this thing, my people, and stay loyal to this platform. Your brain, it go sharpen up. I break it down for you. During when this guy, somebody should remind me his name, this Shia leader, this shite leader and his wife, they were detained. I think they were staying in Kaduna. Freedom Trade, let me welcome Abdurrahman Abdulaziz. He just subscribed, said he's watching me for the first time and he lost my program. Freedom Trade, Willie Stanley. Those are the class captain. They are my regular watchers and viewers. I've made them the class captain. Willie Stanley, Freedom Trade. Oh yeah, welcome Abdurrahman Abdulaziz. Welcome him in the name of the Lord. You are welcome, Abdurrahman. I acknowledge you. I appreciate you. If you just subscribe, do well to put it in the comment section. Let me acknowledge you. Okay? Let me acknowledge your presence. Subscribe, turn on the notification button if you are just watching me for the first time. Abdurrahman, my name is Dr. Omosholadeji, political scientist. Yeah, that's my training, political scientist. Okay? Telema Peter say, please, how do I like? I can't find the like button. Oh yeah, Stanley, help me tell Telema Peters. I don't know whether you are a woman or woman. How will Telema Peters find the like button? Please help me tell Telema Peters. Stanley, Freedom Trace, where are you? Willie, you know, those are the 3 class captain of today. Oh. Here, we don't hate, we don't abuse. If you hate, if you abuse, they will remove you. Those are the class captain. You know, they will deal with you seriously. So, let's keep on educating ourselves. Somebody should remind me the name of that shite leader now. Somebody should remind me that shite leader. That shite leader. Hey, what is this name? Oh, you know? Olaleko says, good evening, bro. Just do your thing. We will hit the like button naturally. My brother, leave that story. If you are watching me, if you've watched me for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, there's no way you will watch me and you won't gain something. That is why I like white people. Let me tell you, that's why I like Oyinbo people. Immediately, if they are watching you and they've gained something, they'll be like, oh, this guy will, you know, is an embodiment of knowledge. He must have used time and resources to gain this knowledge. Some of them will even be giving you money. Africans, we know Africans don't have money. But a platform you are benefiting from, just to hit like button, you still wait, you know, you still want them to come and use God to beg you. I can be sleeping by now. My knowledge is with me. You understand? I use a lot of money to acquire this knowledge. You can, before you meet me, maybe you register for a school abroad. Then I now happen to come to class as your lecturer. Do you know how many thousands of dollars you would have paid that school? Do you know how many thousands of dollars you would have paid the school? But yeah, I'm here. You are hearing me for free. You are benefiting from my knowledge. Right? But for you to like, you say you will do it naturally. Which kind naturally is that? My brother, let's behave ourselves. God bless you. You know? That is stinginess. That is greed. Like that doesn't cost you anything. Just one button, boom. You still have to beg you. You still have to be thinking it. And the person is speaking, is talking. Is vomiting from his brain. You are enjoying it. So you still have to wait. Go to another platform. Go there. You know? So, El Zazaki, God bless you. Ibrahim El Zazaki. Right? God bless you. Willie, God bless you. Telema Peters. Help me welcome Ahmed Nuruddin. He says he's here for the first time. Willie, help me welcome him. You know, class captains, help me welcome Ahmed Nuruddin. Ahmed Nuruddin, have you subscribed? I'm happy to have you here. My name is Dr. Omosholade, Geopolitical Scientist. This is where you get the latest analysis on politics and happenings in the polity. If you are here just now, you are late, but you are welcome because it's still day body. The little way still day down, you go see it better food. Thank you, Willie, for welcoming Ahmed. Ahmed, you are welcome. Make sure you subscribe, turn on the notification button. As I'm saying, Ibrahim El Zazaki. Thank you for reminding me that name. Ibrahim El Zazaki. You know that when he was sick, and there was much controversy that if this man died, there will be problem. He said he wants to receive medical treatment abroad. Nigerian government used DSS official to follow him abroad to that country. So that they don't restrict his right to life. Because he has not been found guilty. So somebody of the stature of Joe Ajeiro, is it that he can't be given the El Sasaki treatment? Is it that he can't be given the El Sasaki treatment? Because you are arresting him at a time whereby if NLC take any action now, everybody will buy into it because the economy now, everybody they feel am. Yeah, you heard me right. So government is supposed to know how to act strategically. So sometimes when government take action, you imagine that what is wrong with government? In fact, you imagine that do these people, do they even like this man? Do they like the president? Because if you like the president, there's some action that you will take. One would imagine that why would you take this action at a moment whereby Nigerians are angry with the government? The NLC leader, you just go and arrest him. If NLC declare strike today, if they declare protest today, that release Ajeiro, most Nigerians will support them. Because why? Timing is very important. Timing is very important. Timing is very important in life. So if you are not doing things at the right time, you won't get the right result. You won't get the right result. So these people that arrested him, what if you have placed alert on him using Interpol? What is Interpol for? Another thing is the El Sasaki treatment. Let me give you an example. I'd want to board a, maybe some of you that have traveled very well. Sometimes if you want to board a plane, and some people approach you that please, would you like us to put you in an hotel so that you go with the flight tomorrow and we compensate you for your time? That hotel where they won't put you, you go eat free. Oh. You go eat. They go still give you some dollars. Some airline can even give you $300. It has happened to me before, but I rejected it because, you know, my schedule was very tight at the time. But some of you that have traveled before, maybe it has happened to you. That maybe you want to board an airline. Some of the airline officials will approach you that please, would you like to, is it convenient for you if we lodge you in an hotel, feeding everything, and we also pay you for the inconvenience that you travel tomorrow? You know the reason, some of the circumstances why they do that is when there is a special case. For instance, if Nigerian government say, Ajeiro, you want to go to UK, right? And Nigerian government is of person of interest to Nigerian government. And Nigerian government is trying to avoid conflict. Is trying to prevent public revolution. And they know that the arrest of Joe Ajeiro can spark that. They will use the airline official. Instantly, they will dedicate a DSS official that has UK visa. In fact, 2 of them, they will dedicate them to escort Joe Ajeiro to UK. That is how some government manage conflict. I don't want to say some of the officials in Nigerian government, you know, maybe they have sense or they don't even have sense at all. They need to take a course in what we call dynamics of conflict management. It's one of the course. If you study political science, I'm trying to remember, maybe is it some school do it on BSc, but you'll be maybe 300 or 400 level. Some, master's level. Dynamics of conflict management. You see all those Nigerian government officials, most of them, they need to go and learn the dynamics of conflict management. Because you know that if you arrest this guy at a time like this, it can boomerang. To prevent the boomerang, whereby there will be a breakdown of law and order, you invoke the dynamics of conflict management. If you are just watching me for the first time, welcome. Do well to like and subscribe. Turn on the notification button. I know some of you are watching me for the first time. Just give me some minutes. If you listen to me consistently, just 30 minutes, and you have not gained anything, go and unsubscribe. Go away. Just if you listen to me 30 minutes and you have not gained any new thing, that's why I say on this platform, I don't have time to abuse. I have a lot of intelligent things to say. Why would I be abusing? Have you heard me say, yeah, Oloshi Tinubu, Olori Buruku Tinubu is mad, Shetima is crazy? Have you heard me say that? No. I don't have the time for that. Because I have a lot of intelligent things to say. So I don't have time to be, some platform, they'll just take all the time to be abusing, to be cursing. No. In fact, I usually tell people, don't curse your leaders. If you call them Olori Buruku, if they do Ori Buruku, your life will finish. Some of them, is the Olori Buruku that you are calling them, that they are doing the Ori Buruku now, that is making you to suffer. Instead of that, go and get your PVC. Okay? So, dynamics of conflict management. You imagine that these people, do you need a lecture like, should I come and give you guys free lecture on the dynamics of conflict management? But I won't give you for free. Because no be Nigeria send me go school. Some people, they get scholarship, all this TED fund, all these things. No, me, my master's abroad, my PhD abroad is self-sponsor, Shout out to my mama, shout out to my people. Shout out to people that believe in me. No be Nigerian government train me. So if Nigerian government come, say come and give these people that don't know how to, handle situation, come and give them lecture on dynamics of conflict management, I will charge Nigerian government in dollars. So if you're opportune to be watching me for free, I appreciate it. I love you. Love me back. Subscribe. Turn on the notification button. Like this video. Double tap your screen to like. Press the love button. Let's enjoy ourselves. God bless you. So as I was saying, Nigerian government, rather than address Ajeiro, should have invoked dynamics of conflict management. If it was to be in the next, if you are just joining us and you just subscribe, do well to drop a comment. Let my class captains, I have 3 class captains, Willie, Freedom Trade and Stanley, let them welcome you. So if you are just watching me for the first time and you just subscribe and you turn on the notification button, just write in the comment section that watching for the first time, I just subscribe. Let them welcome you. We welcome our first timers. We are a growing platform, but we'll get there. So my class captains are on ground. Willie, Freedom Trade, Stanley, they welcome you. So, will you help me welcome Angela? Angela, B. Ajeiro, I acknowledge you. God bless you, Angela. Negezi Laki, he says, well done, sir. This is my first time. I just subscribe. Help me welcome them. Welcome them in the name of the Lord. I appreciate you. I love you guys. Thanks for joining. Please subscribe. Introduce people to this channel. Don't learn alone. Let them come and learn. The problem with Nigerians is most platforms, they will just on camera and just be abusing, just be insulting. Oh, Tinubu is no. You guys should always try and join professional platform where you will learn. So if your political knowledge is at 2% before, join platform that it will increase it to 70%. So I expect that Nigerian government would have activated the dynamics of conflict management, because if Ajeiro is traveling in the next 4 months, if you arrest him, it won't really lead to public uprising because people would have adjusted. But you just increase petroleum pump price. People are groaning. People are angry. At that present point in time, you decide to arrest somebody that is strategic, somebody people are looking up to declare strike, to fight for them. Even if that person has done anything that you feel is wrong, that is when you invoke the dynamics of conflict management, because you know that this thing can lead to conflict between the state, the country, and its citizens. So you invoke the dynamics of conflict management by either getting DSS official, emergency travel. Nigeria has a lot to learn from other countries, I swear. Nigeria has a lot to learn. You get instantly 2 DSS official in Abuja. Is there no DSS official that have UK visa? Like the experience that I told you, that when you want to enter place sometimes, they will walk to you that, oh, please, would you like to travel the next day? We have an hotel for you and we also compensate you. It is some of those instances whereby there is an emergency travel and the interest of government must be protected. So you approach people in that plane. There are about 250 passengers in some plane. Out of that 250, you will see 2 people that if you flash them $300, does Nigerian government not have $300? Let's be sincere with ourselves. If people protest and it leads to problem, is it no more than what the government will use, the tear gas, the bullet, the this, that, is it no more than $300, even $1,000? Why can't you use people? Before you approach people that, please, would you like to travel tomorrow? Put them in hotel. If you flash Nigerians $300, there are people that they will tell you, will you be paying me every day? Don't worry, I'm ready to wait till next week. Be giving me the $300 every day till next week. Don't worry, I'm your property till next. In fact, I don't want to travel till next week. Just leave me in that hotel room. Make I just chill. Make I relax. Make them they give me wine. Make them they give me beer. Just leave me in that hotel room and be giving me the $300. You will see people that, I want you give. Well, I didn't get that comment. Ola Adewale, you need to rephrase it, okay? So some people will say, oh, give me that $300. So I expect that people in a government that is the capital of the black race, Nigerian government is the capital of the black race. We have the highest population. If Nigeria fail, the black race, there are different kind of race. There are the Arabs, the Asians, there are different races. The black is a race on its own, black skin, domiciled in Africa. You find some in the Jamaicans and all that, So why won't you use the machinery of state to manage conflict? That's why I'm sorry to say some of the people in government, that when you employ people with paddy, you appoint people based on paddy. If I happen to be in the office of the National Security Advisor and I'm a top official there, I will say no, don't let's arrest this guy, rather than for us to arrest him because we just increase pump price. In fact, they can even use it to sabotage us and say, oh, we are witch hunting him. Don't let's get into the bad book of people. Let 2 DSS officials that have UK visa, let them follow him on that trip on the expenses of the country. If people can follow the convoy of the president, people that have no relevance. There was a time that I think Tinubu was in Dubai or something. Toke Makinwa, she's in the entertainment industry. What does that presidential thing, what does it have to do with Toke Makinwa that they put her on the list? If you can put irrelevant people, if you can put people that are paddy on the expenses of the Nigerian country, why are you saying you don't have money to let 2 DSS officials escort Joe Ajeiro, whereby you invoke the dynamics of conflict management? Let us, use some sense as a country. If immediately they have declared strike, if immediately the leaders of labor across the country have decided to embark on a protest immediately, and labor is protesting in Lagos, Lagos is protesting in Ogun, Lagos is protesting in Oyo, all their affiliates, they join them and they are roaming the streets, say, release Joe Ajeiro, release Joe Ajeiro. Do you know that people that are already hungry, that are hungry, that are dissatisfied with government would have capitalized on it, joined that protest, and they would have brought the government to a standstill? Why is it that people in government, if you are watching me and you are in government, where is your sense? Where is your sense? Government can be lucky, but government cannot be lucky every time. When you appoint people based on party, you don't appoint professionals. If the people in government, in all this Office of National Security Advisor, some of these DSS guys, if they receive proper training, they would have consulted themselves. Now you have arrested the guy is in custody. You are even here to tell people why you arrested him. Is it based on past offense, or you have new evidence or new offense? You just keep quiet. You can only do that in a country that have those citizens. In some country, government will be facing a lot of it now, because the kind of revolution, the kind of anger that would have evolved in the country, government would have blamed himself. Government would have even been regretting that if we had known, we would have just released this guy to just travel. So why take that risk when you can easily, conveniently pick 2 DSS officials? So DSS officials, they can only work in the sun, they can only carry gun, they cannot follow Joe Ajeiro to travel. Make that DSS official too, make he enjoy on the purse of the government. So now only politician fit dey join presidential trip. DSS official, some of them wey be say they get visa, they no fit use the opportunity sit down for plane, make air hostess come meet them. Why not juice? Those of you wey dey enter plane regularly, as those fine air hostess dey come meet you, why not juice? Beef for chicken, beef for fish. So make DSS, make sit down for plane, make dem dey ask am, why not juice? Beef or chicken, make e eat am for the pocket of Nigerian government. Na bad thing. You could have appointed 2 DSS officials to escort Joe Ajeiro to that trip. Just approach people in the plane, try and appease them with some dollars, $200, $300. Some people will give up their seat. I've been approached before. I think it was maybe on my trip from, I think, is it Paris to Switzerland, or I think yes, Paris, CDG. This the airport, the short name is CDG. I think I was going to Netherlands. No, Paris to Netherlands. They approached me that, would you like to, and I said no. That you affect my itinerary. Approach people, put them in the plane, let them escort Joe Ajeiro, give him VIP treatment. that, okay, we want to escort you for your safety. Just put them in the plane. He would have traveled. Nobody would have even known. Just as they did for El Zazaki, that Shiite leader. Charles de Gaulle, God bless you. Flygarian, CDG, Unigorian, CDG, Charles de Gaulle. Charles de Gaulle, yeah. When I was leaving Paris for Netherlands, they approached me and said, oh, sorry, mister, would you like to? I said, no. That, I'm in a hurry. I have other engagement. And they relieved me. They would have seen people also that will collect the money. It is in emergency cases like that. You would think that, what do they want to use my seat to do? It may be that the interest of the country needs to be protected. In this case of Joe Ajeiro, before you approach 100 people, you will see 2 people that will give up their seat. Just if you just give them some incentive, book another plane for them, put them in hotel, free food, and give them like maybe $200-300, they will accept. Put DSS official on that plane. Let them escort Joe Ajeiro to that conference. Let them escort him back to the country. There would have been peace. There will be no wahala. That is how calculative government do. Let me give you an example. Let me give you a great example. So you know that some of the leaders we have in Nigeria, they need training. They lack the requisite leadership skill. I'll give you an example. I was in a school while I was studying abroad. The government of the country wanted to increase school fees. Government in Nigeria now, they just increase school fees. I heard in OAU, they are paying for over 400,000 naira now. They will just wake up one morning and just increase the money for everybody. But the government of that country, what did they do? They said, you are a current student. The money you are paying, you pay it till you graduate. But new intake, this is the school fees. So that means that as you are coming in, you have already know what you are signing in for, that this is the school fees. But the people that are already students in the school, in order not to bring about protests in the school, in order not to bring about any wahala, the government of the country, the senate of the university, agreed that the people that are current students, they know that you can't achieve this thing by executive fiat. I say, if you're a current student, the money that you are paying is what you will pay till you graduate. But in Nigeria, they will just wake up and increase school fees for everybody. Are you with me? Are you flowing with me? Are you flowing with me? In Nigeria, they will just increase the school fees for everybody. And you see people begin to drop out. Like I said, I did my BSc in Africa. In Nigeria, to be precise. So I have Nigerian experience. While I was in school studying for BSc Political Science, before going to study for Masters in International Relations and PhD in Political Science abroad, while I was in Nigeria, there are some of my colleagues that it is chin-chin that they are frying that money that they are using to pay their school fees. There are some that are sending singlet, and some of you watching me, and you schooled in Nigeria, maybe you would have colleagues like that. That is singlet and boxers. That year, I don't know whether they still do it now, because the children of nowadays, some of them are very lazy. They like free money. It's either to go and do Yahoo, to go and be playing betting, to go and be doing all this money ritual nonsense, But in our days, we still have hardworking people that they will fry chin-chin. Some will even do more. Some will be selling singlet and boxers just to be keeping the money to use it to pay their school fees. So if you have people like that in Unilag, in all these Ife, Lasu, and you just increase the school fees, Bram, have they not dropped out? So what am I trying to say? Nigerian government have successively shows that they lack the dynamics of conflict management. They lack it. They lack it. It's just that Nigerian government have always been lucky. Maybe God is a Nigerian. If you are just watching me for the first time, do well to subscribe, do well to turn on the notification button. If you are watching me for the first time, drop a comment. Let my class captains, let them welcome you in the name of the Lord. Willie, Stanley, Freedom Trade. Those are our class captains today. If you are watching me for the first time, or you just subscribe and turn on the notification button, drop a comment. I will acknowledge you if I see your message. Yes, I will acknowledge it. And my class captain will welcome you. I know it's YouTube that recommend me for some of you. you are watching me for the first time, do well to like, do well to subscribe. My name is Dr. Omoshola, Geopolitical scientist. So Nigerian government have just been lucky. Luck is the name of Nigerian government. Not that Nigerian government has the dynamics of conflict management. No. See what the DSS did in court during the case of Showore. Somebody is already in court. Somebody is already in court. Ajeiro says, I'm first time. Have you subscribed? Have you turned on the notification button? Class captains, welcome Ajeiro. Help me welcome her. You are welcome, Ajeiro. God bless you. When they were in court, Showore was seated in court. Overzealous DSS official, they were holding him. You know that viral video? Don't you know that that can lead to breakdown of law and order? So why is it that Nigerian, state officials usually lack the dynamics of conflict management? Why? You wonder. You wonder. So was Ajeiro pick up for a new issue or the old one? Because now, by daybreak, it will be 24 hours. You are holding somebody that is sensitive to the struggle of Nigerian people. Somebody that can invoke a strike. You are holding that person. And the NLC have given government till tomorrow midnight. Maybe they have already decided that they will, they will go on strike if Ajeiro is not released. What if they had embarked on protest immediately? So you need to be communicative. That's one thing I like about American government, British government. If you are looking for see, these our leaders, some of them, they can't be a counselor abroad. Because abroad, you are 100% accountable. This one that you first of all beg your governor before he address you, you will cry, scream before Buhari will deem it fit to address you. President Tinubu has barely granted media chat. The last time we enjoyed a president that the media will just approach him, and is not guided, is under Jonathan. During Jonathan's time, maybe he's just come down from plane. The media will rush to him. Oh, Mr. President, your trip from China, how was it? What are the gains for Nigeria? He will speak offhand. But when Buhari came, we don't have such thing. Tinubu now, we don't have such thing. These people cannot be president of a state like America. Lie. They cannot be a president in all this Germany, Austria, Finland, Canada. Never. Because you are expected to speak to people per seconds. That's why you see that in US they usually give briefing. The media they are communicating per second. If anything happens, you fail to communicate, the way people will come for you. That can even finish your government. Look at what is affecting, my friend Joe Biden. I call him my friend. If you like, say it's not my friend. I use Sabio. Look at what is happening to my friend Joe Biden. Ordinary held something as a result of one debate. Even people in his party are coming for him that no, we don't think you are competent. We don't think you are competent. Imagine. For Joe Biden. So Nigerian leaders, they can only rule in a country like Nigeria, whereby you have to beg them to speak. Joe Ajeiro has been arrested. We believe that instantly some statement would have been issued at least before you arrest him. That means you have already established what lawyers call a prima facie case. It is only in Nigeria that they first arrest you and then be investigating. Abroad, they can give you 10 years. You know that they are watching you. 10 years. You will know. Some of you living abroad cannot testify to it. Look at the way they arrested those people. When they are coming for you, they have already do your case file. All evidence. You can't deny. But Nigeria, because they don't like your face, they first of all arrest you. Then they will now go to court and be demanding, 30 days detention, 60 days. And a judge will grant 60 days detention. End bad governance protester. There was a judge that granted this judge 60 days. 60 days. 60 days. You know what 60 days means? Do you know what 60 days means? 60 days. For you to detain somebody. What if that person is not found guilty? And a judge granted that kind of request to detain somebody for 60 days. 60 days in a constitutional democracy. So it is in Nigeria that they will first arrest you. They will arrest you first, then they will now be looking for evidence. Abroad, they would have compiled the evidence, so that at the time they are arresting you, you will even plead guilty. What they will now be doing is, whether if they want plea bargain, if you want plea bargain, that's what they will now be doing. But in Nigeria, immediately a governor doesn't like you, a commissioner doesn't like you, even a councillor, you just tell them, arrest that person. Security agency cannot even probe. They'll just go and arrest you straight, lock you up. Then they will now be looking for what they will use to nail you. In fairness to this security agency, some of these guys are professional. It is the Nigerian politician that changed them, because they are meant to obey orders. So if you are a professional, but the politician give an order, or there's an order from the presidency, say, go and arrest this person and detain him, what will you do? It is yes, sir. But some of these guys, it's not that maybe they want to behave like that, but we have some leaders that are terrible across board. Whether it is in PDP state, in APC state, in Labour, I don't care. We have leaders that are terrible, that are terrific. So they will arrest you first. Then they will now be looking for evidence to nail you. If that is not what is happening to Ajeiro now. Ajeiro has been arrested since morning, going to 24 hours. There's no statement, there's nothing. And if they don't put pressure, nothing may be said. It's because the reason why you are hearing noise is because it's Ajeiro, president of NLC. If it is just one ordinary Nigerian, he may be there 6 months unattended to. Unattended to. Because why? One person are given order that just detain him there. Just detain him there. You know? Is David Iyoa say, what do you think about Omoyele Sowore becoming president? That question is for Nigerians. My thinking will not deny Omoyele Sowore from becoming president if I think otherwise. If I think in his favor, it will make him president. So I think I've answered your question. If I say I don't want Omoyele Sowore to be president, it's immaterial. It can't deny him. I have one vote. If I say I want Omoyele Sowore to be president, if I say I want Omoyele Sowore to be president, my one vote cannot make him president. So I think I've answered you. That's my thinking. My thinking is, it's Nigeria that will decide. Dave Kim Young says, na turn, sir. I think you mean to say turn by turn. But Brain Tech, welcome. I think you were with me yesterday. You say we are here again to get content. Now no say now they get content. Now him now no invite people to this platform. If I verse, I go don't let me the content they switch to now. I go just go off. Now no invite people. Some people are watching me now. For them to like, to subscribe is a problem. And they are benefiting, they are enjoying it too. Some of them are thinking, wow, okay, I'm gaining from this guy. This guy is saying something knowledgeable. But for them to subscribe so that they can watch me next time, so that YouTube can be my video to them, the luck that you have today, that you are using to watch me, if you don't subscribe, don't think you have the luck next time. That's one thing about YouTube. YouTube, they don't bring me to you again. Don't you know? YouTube is controlled by algorithm. Dave Kim says, you are so funny. Of course, we don't need to be 100% serious. We joke when we are supposed to joke. You know? It's true. If you are watching me for the first time, it's YouTube algorithm that recommend my video to you. That doesn't mean YouTube algorithm will recommend my video to you tomorrow. So if you are enjoying me and you are reluctant to subscribe, YouTube may not recommend my video to you again. That is your loss. That thing that you've enjoyed, that you are supposed to be enjoying by just subscribing free, just clicking that subscribe button and that notification bell by the side. You are failed to. You deny yourself that knowledge. You just gain the knowledge one time. Now you they do yourself. Or some of you are not subscribing because we are here to abuse people's father, people's mother. No, I'm a professional, for God's sake. You don't expect me to come here and be shouting, oh, Oloshi, Olori Buruku. No, that's why if you look at my comment section, I have my class captain intact. Freedom Trade, are you still there? Willie and Stanley. We don't abuse people. You don't curse people here. No. We don't do that. We learn. In the days ahead, when I activate the calling session, I also want to hear you. I want to learn from you. I want to hear from you too. So, Bright, I think you were with me yesterday. Now, I usually familiarize myself with my viewers. That's one thing you can't take away from me. If you are regular on my platform and you do comment, I will know you. You know, Bright, you were with me yesterday. Bright Omorogbe Uwagboe. You know, thanks for being here today. You said, thank God you are admitting today that Goodluck Ebele Jonathan is not in any way comparable to APC government, be Buhari or Tinubu. But let me tell you something you don't know about me. You cannot hate me, you cannot like me. I'll tell you why. Today, if I speak, if you like what I'm saying, you think, oh, this guy, okay, you know, if you have any political leaning, if what I'm saying today favor you, come tomorrow. What I say may not favor you. So you like me today, tomorrow you can just hate me. Next tomorrow, if you come again, you just like me. Because why? I'm saying the truth. I don't mind whose ox is God. I say the truth. So there are days that you will like me. So there are days that you will hate me. If you have any political leaning. If Tinubu, if we do anything that is good tomorrow, I will come and praise him. Some of you that you hate Tinubu, you may not like me. You say, oh, he's praising Tinubu today. The next day, Tinubu fuck up, I'll come here and flog him. Serious flogging. Then you'll be praising me. Oh, yeah, great guy, great guy. No, I speak the truth. Okay? In fact, I don't even like his usual whereby, you know, you criticize anybody. If everybody is doing something right, why would you know? But the problem is sometimes Nigerian government as a whole, the civil servant, the security agencies, anything that pertains to government, they always commit. Look at what I just said now about the dynamics of conflict management in the arrest of Ajeiro. Look at the way I break it down for you. You know, if you have been watching me for a while, look at the way I broke it down using international examples, using empirical examples. That's what we do here. We learn. Your brain, you know, it could a boy. We don't abuse. No, we don't hate anybody. No. We don't hate anybody. So if you are watching me and you are yet to subscribe, you are in a long thing. Subscribe, turn on the notification button. So I swear that government would have released a statement. Or they would have a meeting with other labor leaders to tell them in confidence what they have against Ajeiro. Because these people now, the power of peace and conflict are in their hands too. Because Nigerians are angry right now. Not because you arrest Ajeiro, they are not interested in Ajeiro. They don't know you know, what's Nigerians' business with Ajeiro. But because you just increase petroleum pump price and inflicting greater hardship on the people. And Ajeiro is one of the two they can use to bring you to account. So it is an interest-driven game. Not that, you know, they are Ajeiro's family. You know, Nigerians are not Ajeiro's family. In fact, some Nigerians are even against Ajeiro. They even want you to punish him because they believe that you guys are best of the same feather, you guys are same of the same. So lock him up, deal with him. That's how some Nigerians feel. But Nigerian government, successive government, lacks the dynamics of conflict management. You just increase school fees to 400 and something thousand. Have you thought about it? That what if students began to protest, began to riot? What if they take to the street? There was this riot that happened some years ago. Maybe somebody can remind me. That happened as a result of increment to school fees. This popular riot many years ago. Hey, what's the name of this protest? Oh, you know? Hey. I'm trying to remember. If you remember, please remind me. It's a popular national protest that evolved as a result of increment to school fees. Why did Nigerian government not learn from that? Why did Nigerian government not learn from that? And this end bad governance protest, Ali must go. God bless you, Willie. God bless you, Willie. Great guy. God bless you, Willie. Somebody should help me clap for Willie. Thank you. Ali must go. You see why I say you must be interactive on this platform. Some of you will just sit down. You won't press like. You won't press anything. Even if it's hi, just say hi. As they say hi, they notice you. You can see that the people that were with me yesterday, as they are commenting today, I am acknowledging them because I remember them. I familiarize myself with even if I have 10,000 viewers, if I can write a PhD thesis, you know a PhD thesis is always big like dictionary. If I can use this my head to write it, how many are you? How many of the name of people commented that I can familiarize myself with? You know. We are yet to see this guy today, this Chike or something, 007. And this lady, this lady, Tracy, yeah. Tracy. Willie, where is Tracy? You know? Where is Tracy? Where is this Chi something? The guy that I usually watch from Texas. That Chi something 007. I'm here to see him today. Great guys. You know, Nwajide Ekene, you say, hi, my professor. My brother, I see you. You know? So, Nigerian government, that dynamics of government management, they just lack it. Take it or leave it. And the end bad governance protests that they say brought this thing, Labour did not even participate. Labour did not participate. If Labour had participated, it's a different thing. Now, when that Briton was declared wanted, when he was declared wanted, have you thought of it that did Nigerian government act in haste? Now, I want to take you to another realm of analysis. Let me give you the green light. I want to take you to the realm of international diplomacy. Now, I'm going to bring in US. I'm going to bring in UK. I'm going to bring in Russia. I'm taking some of you to the realm of international relations and diplomacy to give you some analysis about that Briton that was declared wanted. You know that Ajeiro started because that Briton was using the labor house. He rented a place there. That was when Ajeiro's problem started though. Now, let us look at it. That Briton guy. Did Nigerian government act too hastily? There's something in the realm of international relations that they call allies. Allies. Allies means governments that believe in each other, that support each other. You see all these Western countries, US, UK, Germany, Netherlands, they are allies. They are allies that believe in US as the global power. Listen, attend this thing that you are hearing. If you don't pay international school fees, thousands of pounds, thousands of dollars, you may not hear it too. I'm giving you free of charge. So listen attentively. If you are here to subscribe, you better subscribe. That's the way I've been giving people knowledge endlessly from my wealth of knowledge, free of charge. Now I want to give you another. We are not paying international school fees, so you are not paying me any money. I'm giving you this knowledge now, free of charge. The international map. You know that US, before it was the Soviet Union, headed by Russia, that was the global power. Now it is US, right? These nations that believe in US, they are mainly comprises of the Western nations. France, Germany, UK, Canada, all these countries, they call themselves allies. That's why if you listen to US press conference, they say, oh, you know, the US and its allies, or the US and its friends, you know, nations that are friends of US, they use different words. The one that comes to my mind now is allies. They say allies of the United States. These are countries that believe in USA as the global power. So these nations that are allies, Nigerian government, They won't come out to say it, but they are one of the allies of United States. The United States have inherited Nigeria from UK. You know, UK is a strong ally of US. Nigeria is a UK colony. All these French-speaking African countries, they are colonies of France. So because France is a strong ally of US, because UK is a strong ally of US, most of these, they are colonies that are still under them indirectly by virtue of treaties, you know, aids, you know, loans, different debts, that they are still more like an independent colony, if I can use that word. If you look at it well, by virtue of aids, loans, treaties, they are still more like a colony. For instance, if they are not a colony, why will the federal government, the central bank of a country like Mali be keeping their reserve in France? Those countries, Anglophone countries, you know, we have Anglophone and Francophone, sorry. Those Francophone countries that are independent in Africa, some of them, there is a portion of their money that they must still keep in France. Are they independent? So in that case, we can call them what? Independent colonies. I'm going somewhere. If you are yet to subscribe. I'm giving you free knowledge that I used thousands of dollars as an international student to acquire. That's the one I'm giving you free, and you have failed to like. You have failed to comment. You have failed to turn on the notification button and subscribe. You are wicked. So these countries are allies. Some of them are independent only by name. Those countries, we can call them independent colonies. They are still more like a colony. They are still more like a colony. How did this colony emerge? It emerged during the, I think it was 1884 Berlin Conference, the scramble and partition for Africa, but I won't go there. That's another topic for another day. The scramble and partition for Africa. That's why I said subscribe, turn on the notification button, come and learn. I don't have time to be abusing. I teach. Free teaching, you know. Just subscribe, turn on the notification button so that anytime I come online, you will be learning. You must be politically educated by fire, by force. Like I said, politics is a ubiquitous and a contagious phenomenon. It is all conditioning in all conditions. If you don't know the meaning, go back to the beginning of this video. I won't reward you for being late. So, you see that these independent colonies, it is the direction that their colonial master follow, because they are only independent by name, not independent in action. Most of them, it is where their colonial master follow, it is there they will follow. And most of these countries in Africa, their colonial masters are allies of the United States. So it is where their colonial master go that they will go. I'm going somewhere. You will love it. At the end of the day, you will sleep a happy man and woman because you would have learned something. I've saved you thousands of dollars that you would have used to go and pay school fees. I paid school fees to the University of Nottingham in UK. I read but you know what? I almost died. There was a point I was reading 15 hours a day. Yes, you heard me right. You think it's not possible to read 15 hours a day? Some of you that can't read more than a tweet. You think all these things that I'm saying, you think I brought it from heaven? It's years of rigorous hard work, research, and learning. Now they give you free. So these countries, these allies, it is where their colonial master go that they will go. So mostly it is where UK go that Nigeria will go, because most of these countries are independent colonies. They are still operating more like a colony, just as what I use for Francophone countries, whereby their money, their CBN, has to keep it in France. Before they spend their money, they will get approval from France, and you call yourself an independent country. So you are best called an independent colony. You are not here by mistake. If you are watching me, God has destined that you will learn. God has destined you and I to be friends. Subscribe, turn on the notification button if you are watching me for the first time. Drop your comment. Let my class captains, let them acknowledge your presence. If you are watching me for the first time and you just subscribe, Let my people welcome you. Willie, Stanley, Freedom Trades, you know, they will welcome you. Those are my class captain for today. Tomorrow, if you be saying now you, where they watch me, now you are going to appoint as class captain. This is an interactive forum. So don't feel intimidated. You think your comment doesn't make sense? Drop it. I want to read unintelligent comment. It's not only intelligent comment that I like to read. I like to read unintelligent comment. Because the unintelligent today will become the intelligent tomorrow. Rome wasn't built in a day. Don't be intimidated. Oh, this person, oh, he has a PhD in political science. He's very... No. Don't. Everybody is equal here. We are all learning. You can drop your comment. I can also learn from you. God bless you, okay? Now, these independent colonies, when they want to act, for instance, let me give you an example. Your neighbor is your friend. Now the rapport, right? If your neighbor's child steals, hear me well, if your neighbor's child steals, because that your neighbor is your friend, you won't want to expose that child, right? You won't want to raise alarm that, oh, come and see John Bull have stolen chicken, oh. You want to act logically, codedly, because of the interest of that your neighbor. I'm going somewhere. Listen, I'm going somewhere. Now, if you suspect a Briton to be planning to overthrow government, the question is, did Nigerian police, did they act hastily? Despite the fact that Nigeria is a former colony of UK and is an ally of UK. Because that announcement, other nations have taken note. So it is even an embarrassment to the UK that their citizen is planning to take over control of another country. I'm still going to, could that Britain really be responsible? And then I'll now link Russia. Then I'll now link Nigeria back. I'm going somewhere, like I said. Did you act hastily? Just as the way I use your neighbor, that you and your neighbor, you are friends. You are rolling every day. Your neighbor is in your good book. You now caught your neighbor's child stealing. Will you raise alarm? You will go to that your neighbor and say, that chicken that they are looking for is your child that stole it too. Why didn't you raise alarm? Because that your neighbor is your ally. Your boss will say, Ojuti ọ̀rẹ́ mi, ojú òtì mi, èmi lójútì. That means that my friend is put to shame. I said I am not in shame. No, we are both in shame. So did Nigeria government utilize the principle of international diplomacy well before I'm declaring that Britain wanted? Did Nigerian government sought the cooperation of UK? Because if you rush to declare the guy wanted, the British government will still conduct its investigation. What if the guy is now innocent? You go and tell the British government that I'm sorry after embarrassing the British government, and you are an ally of Britain. Right? Your neighbor's child stole chicken. You saw him. You now raise alarm. You and that your neighbor, can you still be friends? Because that your neighbor will be looking at, what are we friends for? Even if you see my style stealing chicken, can't you come and report to me? You just raise alarm. You just let the community to know, hey, you've raised alarm, you satisfy yourself now. That is what may eventually happen between Nigeria and UK. Because if you have submitted the details you have of that guy to the UK authorities, trust me, UK will fish it out for you based on the realm of international diplomacy. Because it is forbidden for a Briton to align with Russia to sack the government of another country. I'm going somewhere. Listen. You know, I told you that the global map of support, that all these countries, all these Western countries, they believe in US as the global power. Russia is the head of the Soviet Union. It was the US that gained when the Soviet Union collapsed. US became the world power. Now, Russia is not an ally of the United States. It's more like an enemy, right? Based on the recognition of global power. China is not an ally of the United States based on economic interest. North Korea is not. Oh, I'm giving you guys too much. Make I go sleep. I'm giving you guys too much. I swear. North Korea is not an ally of the United States. You know? Maybe I should go and sleep if I can't get 50 likes. You people are just watching me for free. You don't click like. Act in such a way that the resource person, the person speaking, will be encouraged. North Korea is not an ally of the United States based on what? Nuclear something. All this nuclear, China is not an ally of the United States based on economic interest. Russia is not an ally of the United States based on struggle for global power. I'm looking at the likes. I can decide to just end the something abruptly if I don't get like 50 likes. And I will end it when it is most interesting, so that you know that when people are teaching you something and you are benefiting from free knowledge, it's good to encourage them. I think that's what I will do today. Now, when it is sweet you, when you want to hear the real, that's why I'll just say, okay, everybody good, God bless you. Because for some of you to click like is a problem. The other people that have clicked like in my past video, that was how YouTube was able to recommend it to you that you are watching me. If you are watching me for the first time, you are reaping from other people's effort, and you don't want to contribute effort so that other people can benefit too. And you are watching me, you are enjoying. I'm giving you analysis of international relations and diplomacy. They switch your belly, and I'm shouting here just to click like. Is that not wickedness? I have 3 media analysis tomorrow. In fact, you guys are not encouraging me to. Maybe I should end in like 10-15 minutes. You guys are not encouraging me. And I have 3 media analysis tomorrow. 3. And I'm here by this time analyzing for you free. And you don't want to click like. Maybe I'll end in like 10-15 minutes. Russia is not an ally of US. When they said Russia is involved in the protest, do you know the benefit of that to the government of Bola Ahmed Tinubu? Let me tell you something. Oh God. Let me give you some little knowledge about this thing. You see, those people that flew Russian flag in Nigeria, they are enemies of Nigeria. Because why? When that protest was going on, there's a way the protest will reach. There's a stage the protest will reach. They will tell the foreign government that have interest in Nigeria, that have interest to protect in Nigeria, they will warn Bola Ahmed Tinubu. They will tell him, Mr. President, curb what is going on in your country. He will receive some signal from US, from UK, from Canada, some of these Western countries that have interest in Nigeria, say, try and attend to the needs of your people. It is this same country that are in charge of Bretton Woods institution, the IMF and World Bank, that will tell him to go and invoke anti-masses policies. But when it boomerangs to some certain extent, they'll still be the one to warn him. Know how to curb this protest peacefully. It's getting out of hand. Because why? Their interests are at risk. They have business in Nigeria. Some of these countries have strong interest in Nigeria that you don't know. They will want Bola Ahmed Tinubu say, do well for your people. Do great for your people. But immediately that protest started and it is boomeranging. It is expanding. If they want Bola Ahmed Tinubu, if he gets signal from US, UK, see all these are Nigerian leaders. It's only you and I that they do giri for. When Goodluck Jonathan during the election received signal from the office of Obama that there are signal that you've lost the election if you don't cooperate, If you want to do any mago, you find yourself to blame. Goodluck Jonathan hurriedly called Buhari. You guys are not inspiring me this evening. Over 100 people watching me. You don't subscribe. You don't turn on notification button. You are not pressing like. I promise you, I will end this show when it is sweet. I will deny you that knowledge when it is sweet. Don't press like. Oh. Don't press like. I can't get 50 likes and over 100 people are watching me and you are enjoying me. I will end it when it is sweet. I won't give you that, you know. Some of you think I'm joking. You will soon see. So, this US and UK, if that protest has continued for 10 days, Bola Ahmed Tinubu would have yielded to some of the demands of the protesters when he begins to receive international pressure. When he begins to receive international pressure, he will yield to some of the demands because they fear those foreign governments pass the people where they rule over. Paul Ekene says, I can't see the light. If you are watching me on full screen, double tap that screen. You know, if you double tap it, papa, that shows that you are liking or showing that you love the video. And if you are watching me on half screen, you would have seen the subscribe button. If you are watching me for the first time, you know that subscribe something. Press it once. Press the one by the side. That is the notification button. God bless you, Paul Akene. So, you will see that these allies, they would have won Bola Ahmed Tinubu because why? Their interests are in Nigeria. For instance, Shell is in the Netherlands. Why did Abacha kill Sarowiwa? Oh my God. Child. I just like this thing comes easy for me. That's why I say you guys should be encouraging me. Why did Abacha kill Sarowiwa? You think Abacha just like to kill Sarowiwa? When he began to receive pressure from Shell in the Netherlands, The Hague in Netherlands, what did he do? He killed Sarowiwa. I just gave you a perfect example. I just gave you 3 examples. Some of you that are old enough to remember Ken Sarowiwa of Ogoniland. Kenule Sarowiwa, the short name is Ken Sarowiwa. Why did Abacha kill Sarowiwa? It was because pressure was coming from Shell that this guy's activism is disturbing our operations. The West were pressurizing Abacha. He had to act fast. That resulted in the death of Ken Sarowiwa. I just link it up for you free of charge. So if Bola Ahmed Tinubu received pressure from the West within 2 days, he will yield to some of the demands of the protester. But you know what spoiled it? Rather than for Bola Ahmed Tinubu to receive pressure from the West, people put him in a position whereby he gained Western support, and that's why Nigerians will suffer more. I'm beating my chest as a political scientist. This is what I've studied. If I want to read today, I'm reading politics and governance. I can't read engineering. That's what I've been reading all my life. I'm telling you, if you go to your hospital, doctor will tell you you have malaria. You believe your doctor, Abi. But a political scientist will give you political assertion. You'll be doing like this. Okay. I'm telling you, beating my chest, Nigerians will still suffer the more. Because you know why? What could have made Nigerian people to enjoy? People that want political power have erased that opportunity. Now, rather than for the West to caution Bola Ahmed Tinubu and give him pressure, you know what will happen? Do you know what will happen? Immediately that Russian flag was flied. Abi was flown rather. And government clamped on it to say people are calling on Russia to come and cover the government. The West don't want to hear anything Russia. The West don't want to hear anything. So Bola Ahmed Tinubu will cry to them and say, oh, see, West save me. It's not that my government is that bad. They want to take over my government. America save me, UK save me. And because those people, they don't want to hear anything Russia. I've given you the analysis before now about global international relations. I've drawn the global map for you. I've talked about allies. I've talked about world power. Immediately the West, they see flag of Russia, they will just, use their witchcraft to protect Bola Ahmed Tinubu. So rather than for the West, which is the Western countries, the UK, the Americans, the Canadians, the France, the Germany, that can call Bola Ahmed Tinubu to order, and he will instantly do some things to pacify Nigerians. Immediately that Russian flag came up, and Bola Ahmed Tinubu had roped it in that they want to overthrow his government. Immediately, whether he's right or wrong, UK, US, that can call him to order, will use their witchcraft to protect him. To protect him because they don't want to hear anything Russia. I give you the arithmetic. Anything pro-Russia is anti-West, anti-Western nations. Anything anti-West will most likely be pro-Russia. You get that formula? Do you get that formula? Anything pro-West, pro-Western countries, Western nations, anything that favors America, it will be anti-Russia. Anything that is anti-Russia, that means that if you say Russia is your enemy, the US will want to be your friend, especially if you are a strategic country. If you are watching me for the first time, you are welcome. My name is Dr. Omoshola, political scientist. The people watching me now, the people that have subscribed, we call ourselves the polythinkers. They are polythinking with Dr. Omoshola, political scientist. Yeah, we don't abuse, we don't curse. I have a PhD in political science. I use my brain to educate people, give them political education of politics and happenings in the polity. Sometimes the media people will call me. They will say I should come out. There was a day they called me. You know the topic they gave me? South Africa. To come and talk about South African politics. I've never been to South Africa in my life. Now I begin to do research. When I went on air, that's why, see, knowledge is a bank. You won't know some of this you are learning for free. You won't appreciate it. Knowledge is a bank. You are crediting your bank of knowledge. The day it will be useful for you, you'll be surprised. That's why I don't joke with knowledge. I'm picking from you now, from my bank of knowledge. All the things that I'm saying, I didn't just learn them today. I'm picking from my bank of knowledge. So when Bola Ahmed Tinubu government was able to wrap it around, they want to dethrone me, and he was able to put it around Russian flag, the US will just support him. The US, the America, the UK, they're supposed to caution him based on their own interest in Nigeria, will now be supporting him. What does that mean? Anything Bola Ahmed Tinubu does, Ashegbe. You know what they call Ashegbe? No consequence. You know why? It is these countries that are in charge of ICC, International Criminal Court. It is these countries that are in charge of International Court of Justice. Oh, you guys. Oh, God. It is these countries. If you are to be tried in International Criminal Court, if the International Criminal Court is to sentence you, if you have the backing of US, UK, Canada, forget. If you like, kill 1 million people in your country, same. It is when they are not in your support that they will hold you for one human right abuse. That they will say International Criminal Court is looking for you. International Court of Justice is looking for you. You are not an ally. That's why they are looking for you. The International Criminal Court, the International Court of Justice, they are the horsewhip of countries or leaders that are not allies. Don't take my word for it. Do research. Do some research. Do some learnings. Have you ever seen that a country, the country that human rights abuses occurring, and they are cooperating with US, UK, they are able to profit from them? Have you seen their leaders being arraigned in International Criminal Court, International Court of Justice? You know? Have you seen those countries? Have you seen their leaders stand before International Criminal Court? You can never see them in International Criminal Court. So immediately they wrap that. They want to remove me. Bola Ahmed Tinubu will now cry to them, save me, don't mind them, all these protests, all this suffering, it's a lie, yo. They want to remove me the way they did in Mali. It is Russia trying to expand the territory in Africa. Immediately US and UK hear that, they will use their witchcraft to protect Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Bola Ahmed Tinubu can now act as he please. Don't you see that? Now, the way state tyranny is being emboldened gradually, bit by bit, they are just unfolding. Chapter 1, you will still see that they've started gagging journalists. DSS arrested Ajeiro today. Immediately, they went to Serap to lay siege there. And Serap had given the government a few times that if not, they will sue the government. The government should revert back to the price of petroleum pump price. Why are you using the apparatus of the state to intimidate, to harass? That is when you are beginning to have Western backing. You guys don't know anything, you know. I swear. If you are watching me for the first time, better go and subscribe, turn on the notification button, and come and be learning. Increase your political knowledge. Some things will be happening around you because you don't even have the political knowledge. You don't know why they are happening. As it is now, Bola Ahmed Tinubu is a strong president because why? He has Western backing. Those people that flew the Russian flag, they just give him free, they just increase his free Western support. Free. Because the US, the UK, the allies will do everything to support him. Why? As you are crying bad governance, he is telling them that they want to remove me. They are Russian mercenaries. And immediately, the US, the UK, immediately they hear Russian mercenaries. And they don't want Russia to expand its territory. You know that the nations that do it coup, they have Russian support. They have removed themselves from ECOWAS. They have removed themselves from ECOWAS. Niger has lithium that France is benefiting from. You know lithium, that thing that they used to do lithium battery. Niger has denied them the right now. And France cannot invade Niger because Niger has the backing of Russia. If not, those military guys in those Burkina Faso, Mali, they will remove them within 10 minutes. So, these Western countries, they will remove them within 10 minutes. But that is why those ones, they rush to Russia. And you know that Russia is also a big elephant. So immediately, they want to threaten them. And Russia is doing like this. Those US, UK, they will be trading with caution. That's why those countries, Mali, Burkina Faso, all these countries, that's why they rush to Russia for protection. And Russia welcomed them because Russia is seeking to expand its territory. Russia believes that if I can't have it all, let me have some. If you have 100, let's say out of 100, you have 90, I have 10, it's still something. If I can have 2 more, and I have 2, and I have 12, and you have 88, I'm winning. So right now, Russia feels okay, I'm winning. And Nigeria is a strategic country for Russia. If Russia can capture Nigeria, if Russia can get some fifth columnists and they by mistake sack the Tinubu government, that is a big win for Russia. It's as if Russia have conquered the larger part of West Africa. Once they have Nigeria. So the West, the US, the UK, the international allies will use their witchcraft to strongly protect Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Having that kind of support, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, if he is not a leader that fears God, he will just be dealing with everybody. He will just be dealing with everybody. That's why you see that all of a sudden, the DSS are just being emboldened. The government is just taking some decisions without minding the consequence. That Russian flag, those people that orchestrated that Russian flag, they are your enemy, they are my enemy. They are supposed to be flogged by you and I. Because why? Rather than for Bola Ahmed Tinubu to sit tight, they have emboldened him to gain the support of the West, the US, the UK. And these are the people that are in charge of International Criminal Court, International Court of Justice. And so far as Bola Ahmed Tinubu have their support, no matter the offense he commits, Ashegbe, you know what they call Ashegbe? It cannot be brought to book. Nothing will happen. It's Ashegbe. So those people, you see that I've connected, I've given you international relations and diplomacy. I've connected those countries. I went to Russia, I went to US, went to Nigeria, went to Mali, went to Niger, Burkina Faso, for you to give you this analysis to arrive at it. International Criminal Court, International Court of Justice. I arrive at everything. You understand me now? So if you are just joining us, you've missed. Some of the people that have been watching me since, if they drop their comment, you know that you've missed. This is where you get in-depth analysis of politics and happenings in the polity from your favorite political scientist, Dr. Omoshola Deji. So if you are yet to subscribe, it's not too late. You know, people, they belly-full here yesterday. They are here belly-fulling again today. Tomorrow, they'll still belly-full. Ide body. Correct analysis. We don't need to abuse to call. No, this is not the platform where you abuse, you curse people, you hate your neighbor. Your Hausa will be abusing neighbor. No. Here is a learning platform. You get in-depth analysis of African policy diplomacy. Some of you are just existing. You don't even know anything about politics. You don't know anything about government. And government is taking policies that will affect you every day. So subscribe, turn on the notification button. I'll soon be rounding up because I have 3 media analysis tomorrow. 3. 1 in the morning. So I need to kind of like, you know, prepare myself, have some good rest, eat, relax, you know. The time is short. I'm here to even get some things right. In terms of preparation, my clothes and everything. I don't even know what to wear. You know, so I have to prepare. So, the Russian something, you guys just used it to favor Bola Ahmed Tinubu. All these useless politicians, desperate politicians, they just use it to favor Bola Ahmed Tinubu. So then you ask yourself, is it Ajeiro as an individual that is colluding with those allegedly planning to remove Tinubu, or NLC as an organization? Because one of the things is that government must be able to separate the personality of Ajeiro as a person from that of NLC. So the thing is, if government mistake that Ajeiro and NLC are one and the same person, that's a problem. Do you know what I mean by one and the same person? Do I need to explain that again? If you say chef, if you are saying chef, and you are saying, let me use a name, Etomi, if you are watching me, shout out to you. I'll still read some of your comments, some of you guys' comment. If you say chef and you are saying Etomi, it is assumed that Etomi and that person you are called chef, they are one and the same person. You know, I'm one and the same person. iPop Arizona, your comment just came in. You say, my dear, it is. I didn't get that correctly. This, I think, are you saying, my dear, this Yoruba that insult and are excessively envious of Igbos, not Hausa per se? Let us be realistic here. See, I'm a Yoruba. Have I envied Igbo? Have I abused Igbo? It's just like you saying all Nigerians are corrupt. That's fallacious. Some Nigerians are corrupt. That's a statement, which is true. But if you see all Nigerians are corrupt, the guy that saw dollars, I think in Kano, that returned it, is he not a Nigerian? Is he a Jamaican? So if you say all Nigerians are corrupt, you know, I'm just giving you this. It's one of the principles of academic writing. If you're on social media, you can just say anything. But if you are doing like, you know, official something, or maybe you are doing some academic writing, you can't say, oh, it is this Yorubas. No. If you say some Yorubas, because I that I'm speaking to you, I'm a Yoruba man. Go and listen to my video. Igbo must go versus poison Yoruba. Why the Igbo lady in Canada can and not be blamed. If you check my YouTube video after this broadcast, you will see it. It has over 32,200 views. That's my highest views on YouTube video so far. Igbo must go versus poison Yoruba. Why the Igbo lady in America cannot be blamed. Some of my Yoruba people felt that, you know, I wasn't kind of being tribalistic as expected. And you know what they do? Some of them are even calling me bastard. And I told them, go and tell your father to do DNA. As your father don't DNA. Before you call me bastard, tell your father to do DNA, you know. So there are still people that are realistic minds. So don't make slippery statement, okay? Pop Arizona, I greet you, I welcome you. This is the first time I'm seeing your comment. You know. Stanley says, Deji, please avoid negative comment. No, sometimes some of the people that say this thing, they don't even know the impact of what they are saying. So it's part of learning, it's part of education. So I'm not the type that because you say, oh, you say you bad this, I'll just come and insult you. Oh, you are crazy, you are mad. How you say so? Get out of here, terrorist. No. I don't do that. That's why I'm a professional, right? You know, you must have PhD for a reason. It's not easy. So I will just try and educate you. But if you are now kind of like persistent, I'll say, okay, this one is created this way, you know, and doesn't want to learn. So either I ignore you, or I just kind of like, you know, excuse you. Yeah, we don't abuse. No, I don't tolerate it. We don't show hatred. Because this hatred is a tool in the hands of these guys. You won't perform. During the election, you now set Igbo against Yoruba. You now be telling Yoruba, oh, they want to come and take your land. They want to come and take Guinea. Some gullible Yorubas too will believe you. They will now vote for you. That's nonsense. You know, that's absolute nonsense. So this is a detribalized platform. My class captain today, there's no Yoruba among them. And Stanley, obviously you are not Yoruba. What's the name of this, my brother? Willie is from Akwa Ibom. Abade Idioko. He's from Akwa Ibom. He's not Yoruba. And those are my class captain today. This guy, Freedom Trades. I don't know where he's from, but obviously maybe he's not Yoruba. You understand? You know? So you see that these allies, these international relations, Bola Ahmed Tinubu now is more emboldened than before. Okay, Stanley says it's part Yoruba. And tell me more. Which state in Yoruba? Is it father side? It is mother side? The broke say, maybe we talk about this DSS matter. You came late. I've been speaking about it since. You know, I just branched to tell people. This thing I'm still saying is still pertaining to that DSS, this Ajeiro something. You know? Because we need to go to the realm of international relations policy and diplomacy for us to deeply understand some of these things. You know? So where I am now, in my outline is this Ajeiro as an individual? Or Nigerian government is saying that it is NLC leadership that is trying to sack Tinubu from office, remove Tinubu from office through that Britain. And I've told you that it is, see, if you say maybe it is a Russian, I can still believe that, okay, Russian, that guy that was declared wanted Russian, okay, it's still, but Britain, whereby their country, Nigeria is an ally of their country. I've given you the analysis. before now, so I don't need to repeat myself. So when I heard that announcement, I was a bit skeptical that, Britain. Is Nigerian government sure? Is Nigerian government not in haste? Is Nigerian government not, hasting into conclusion? Is it like, are you guys really sure? Britain. If you say Russian, based on the analysis that I've given you earlier, okay, fine. Even if you say that guy is from Middle East, I'll still believe. But for you to say Britain, too clear. Is that guy, is he have Britain, have something? Those are some of the things we need to look at. But government must be able to separate. If they have anything against Ajeiro, separate him as a person from NLC. But if Ajeiro and NLC is being treated as one and the same, Nigerian government will run into problem with the people. For instance, I don't support that when they called Ajeiro, when the police invited him, and NLC and his people are threatening that they will go on strike. No. That is an abuse of office. You know why? What you are passing through, it's what many Nigerians have been passing through before now. Do you know how many Nigerians have been locked up by DSS, all this NIA, all this something? Do you know? So if it is not gotten to your turn, some people that are supporting it will still get to your turn, based on the assertion of Matthew Yemoa, which I said earlier. It will soon get to your own turn too. It has gotten to Ajeiro's turn. Relax. Maybe it will get to your turn one day. If you are saying that Ajeiro should account for what he did, Ajeiro trying to now use the structure of NLC to protect himself, I believe is wrong, in fairness to the Nigerian state. Go through the court. Don't fuse yourself into that office, because you will come and go. That office remains. Human beings, why do they say the state is higher than the citizen? This, I'm giving you state and citizen. Elementary course in the university. Just elementary course, 100 level. The state and citizen. They say the state is higher than the citizen. Because human beings are temporal. The state is permanent. By state, I mean country. If you like, use country. If you like, use nation. The state is permanent. Human beings is temporal. The state is there. So long as God tarries in his coming, rapture did not take place, Nigeria will be existing. The worst that can happen is maybe it will exist as different country. Yoruba nation, Biafra, Arewa, or whatever. But the countries will be existing. Just as now, we have Malaysia and Singapore. Singapore gained its independence from Malaysia. But now we have Malaysia and Singapore. So the state, the entity called the state, so long as the world exists, will continue to exist. But human beings are temporal. Human beings are like a whiffs of smoke. You know what they call whiffs of smoke? When you take cigar, those of you that smoke, I don't smoke, when you take cigar, it's just for a little while. It creates a little effect. It fades away naturally. That's how human beings are. Human beings are like a whiffs of smoke that fades away with time. But the state remains. And that's why you see that Nigerians has remained. Where's Tafawa Balewa? Where's Ahmadu Bello? Where's Yaradua? Where's Abacha? In fact, where is IBB? Is he still president? Where's Goodluck Jonathan? If you are occupying the leadership position in the country, you are temporal. The state remains. That is why they say the state is higher than the citizen. And that is why the political scientists will say the office of the president is bigger than whoever occupies it. That's why you must be able to separate yourself sometimes. because that office is bigger than you. The office of the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria is just being occupied by Bola Ahmed Tinubu, but that office is bigger than him, because Bola Ahmed Tinubu will come and go, but that office remains. That office has been there before Bola Ahmed Tinubu ever dreamed that he will become president. When Bola Ahmed Tinubu is a nobody in life, when nobody knows him more than his father, mother, immediate family and neighbors, that office has been there. He is president now. Maybe in the next 100 years, the person that will be occupying that office, they are even yet to born that person. That person is yet to be given birth to. Will be given birth to, will still come and occupy that office. Right? That's why they say that the state is bigger than the citizen. Because why? Human beings will come and go. Human beings are temporal. The state, the country, is permanent. So when you occupy some office, that office is bigger than you. So when you now use that office to satisfy your own personal interest, you are committing misconduct. Misconduct. So I believe it is misconduct on the part of Ajeiro to want to use this office as NLC president to save himself. No, you use the court. I believe it is illogical on the part of Bola Ahmed Tinubu to turn his personal interest into state interest. That is what we call personalization of state. You have personalized the state, the country, as your personal entity. No, the state is not. It's not your personal entity. You are there as a result of the social contract theory, where people have submitted part of their right to another right. Oh God. My people, is their body. If you are here to subscribe, if you are watching me for the first time, you are welcome. If you indicate that you are just subscribing or just watching me, my class captain for today will welcome you. My name is Dr. Omoshodeji, political scientist by training. Yeah, you heard me right, political scientist. So if you are here to subscribe, do well to subscribe. So the state is higher than the citizen. That is why they created the principle of checks and balances. That is why they created the principle of separation of power in a democracy, to make sure that when you are riding the ship of state, when you are the helm of affairs, you don't personalize the state. That's why there's checks and balances. That's why there's separation of power. To avoid personalization of state, to avoid gross misconduct. You know, to avoid gross misconduct. So the state is higher than the citizen. So when you occupy some strategic offices and you use it for personal interest, it's because the institution of state is weak. Where the institution of state is strong, like in the United States during the election, Donald Trump was unable to use the apparatchik of the country for his personal interest. If it were to be in Nigeria, despite losing the election, he will order the DSS to go and be arresting people, to go and be flogging people. They will go out, they will be flogging people, arresting people, despite knowing that he lost the election. So you can only personalize the state. You can only use the apparatchik of the state. You can convert it from public interest to personal interest. Despite the fact that the state is bigger than you, that office is bigger than you, you can only use the apparatchik of the state for personal interest when there is weak institutions. I just give you an instance of the United States. But where there are strong institutions, where there is strong legislature to bring about, to implement the checks and balances, and separation of power is, you see, democracy believes that knowledge doesn't belong to one arm of government. That's why the executive checkmate the legislature in some aspect, the legislature checkmate the executive, the legislature ratified the appointment of the judiciary. The judiciary itself believes that it's not the sole embodiment of knowledge. That's why you have the magistrate court. If you are not satisfied, you go to the high court. If you are dissatisfied, you go to the appeal court. If you are dissatisfied, you go to the Supreme Court. If you are still dissatisfied, you go to God. So the apparatchik of the state is always separated from the citizen. So if Ajeiro is now saying that he has an issue bordering on trying to overthrow the government, and he wants to use the apparatchik of NLC to save himself, that is wrong. That is wrong. Stanley says, DG, I respect your knowledge, Chumo. God bless you, my brother. That's one of our class captains today. If you are watching me for the first time and you've been listening to me for like 10 or 5 minutes, at least you will have gained 1 or 2 things from me. Do well to subscribe. The luck you have, if you are yet to subscribe, that YouTube brought my video to you. That YouTube brought my video to you by luck. They just recommend it for you. Doesn't mean they will recommend it for you tomorrow. You may not see my page again. So if you've listened to me and you've gained something, subscribe. Turn on the notification button. And press the like button. If you are watching me for the first time, it's because some people press like button. That's why YouTube recommend my video to you. So if you don't press like, how will other people see it? That means you are greedy. Don't be greedy. Subscribe. Press like, turn on the notification button. And hopefully in the days ahead, I'll be able to activate the call-in session. And that's why I say drop your comment. When I activate the call-in session, if I give some people 2 minutes, I give some people 5 minutes. Don't say I'm biased. So Bible says I know my people know me. Right? I know my people know me. The broke, I see you. The broke. This your name for you. What version of broke? May you not be broke. Oh. Why not change it to the wealthy? The broke. I reject every spirit of brokenness in your life. What do you mean by the broke? Oh yeah, the broke. Tell me, how do you come? How did you come about that name? The broke. The broke. No, I change your name to the wealthy. May you not be the broke. You are the wealthy, the rich, the influential. The broke. No, you are not broke. Oh. I reject brokenness for you. I interact with you know, I notice your comment and I interact with my viewers. And we respect each other here. Everybody respect themselves. You can see that nobody is, unlike other platforms, this one will be abusing that one. Even the person that you are watching, that you are wasting your data, your precious time, is just speaking nonsense. He's just abusing somebody's father, somebody's mother. No. Come with concrete analysis. Let people come with biro and paper. Let them begin to take note as if they are receiving lecture. Then it will be worth their time. You know, don't come and gaslight. You are abusing this one, insulting that one. And some of you just sit down there, you'll be laughing. And somebody is just not contributing anything to your knowledge. He's just abusing people's destiny, people's life. And you'll be laughing. Then they will push you against each other. See, there's Hausas watching me, there's Igbo watching me, Yoruba watching me. There are APC supporters watching me. There are PDP supporters watching me, Labour Party supporters. Have you seen anybody insult anybody? Is that not the kind of platform you should join? Is that not the platform you should subscribe to, where you will learn something? Not where you just go and be, receiving abuse. You can't even hear your views. Somebody is ready to insult your great-grandfather, that is sleeping in his grave, Jeje, that is resting. They'll go and wake him up with one shot of insult, dollar. See now, Yunus Awada is here. Yunus Awada is obviously an Hausa guy. Stanley is a mix of Igbo and Yoruba. Everybody is respecting themselves. They are enjoying themselves. The tribalized platform. We are here to learn. We are here to tap into that immense knowledge that I have. You know that they said if an African man dies, a library is dead. It's true. Because why? They don't document all their knowledge. Imagine all this knowledge that I'm giving to you. Imagine that my enemy just died with that knowledge. Right? But now, this is community service. It's community service. You are learning. You are kind of like improving your knowledge. God bless you as you subscribe, okay? Yunus, I see you. Yunus Awada. You say, good man, may last to continue saying the truth. You know, God bless you, Yunus Awada. You know, so when British National was declared wanted, was it too hasty? I've spoken about that. I'm looking at my outline. I do just come and just speak and just be speaking. I have my outline here. I've connected that protest with Russia and the effect on Western support for Tinubu. So if you have just joining us, you've missed. Oh. Now, one thing that we need to see is the actions of Bola Ahmed Tinubu. As it is now, is acting based on, in fairness to the man, based on what he thinks is right. For instance, a madman, to him, is acting right. If the brain of a madman tell him go and slap him, he will just go and slap somebody. Go and destroy that car, he will go and destroy it. He's acting right. A madman is acting right. Wrong is right to him. Now, the president is not a madman. He's a sane man. He's not insane. He's acting the way he knows that it best pleases him. Why? Those people around him, it is what they are telling him. Oga, they want to remove you from office. Oga, they want to kill you. It's what they are telling him. So, we need elderly people around Bola Ahmed Tinubu, people that can look him in the eye and tell him in the truth that Bola, that we call him his name, Bola. There may be people that want to remove you, but truly people are suffering. I think that is lacking in the presidency now. The likes of Pafa Shoroti, which day did you see them in the villa? Bisi Akonde, Olusegun Oshoba, that can look him in the eye and call him Bola. Most of the people you have around him are hallelujah boys, political career politicians. Maybe Gbajabi Amila that's still thinking of how to become governor in Lagos State after Bola Ahmed Tinubu finished his presidency. And it's Bola Ahmed Tinubu that will determine his destiny. You expect Gbaja to go and face him and tell him the truth. He will tell him what he wants to hear or what will massage his ego. If they know that this man likes power, is a power-oriented guy, they go and tell you, oh God, they want to remove you. They want to remove you. These guys, they know that so long as Bola Ahmed Tinubu remains president, their interest is secure. So they will do all what will keep Bola Ahmed Tinubu as president. Oh God, if you don't buy that jet, you will die. You. All those planes, they are old planes. So despite the fact that the planes of US is way older than that of Nigeria, if they go and tell him, buy jet, if you don't buy that jet, oh God, you will die. The president will quickly say, oh yeah, buy jet. Because why? He is old. His capacity is limited and they are not telling him the truth. Some of his actions and policies have shown that there are some people around him. Sometimes, you don't need to look far for your enemy. Your enemy is sleeping by your side. Sometimes, your enemy is just by your side. Sometimes, you see your enemy every day. You go to church, every witchcraft in my father's house, every kiniko in my mother's house, die. Sometimes it's not those witchcraft that is doing you. Your enemy is by your side. Sometimes you see your enemy every day. Sometimes your enemy smiles at you every day. Sometimes your enemy tells you good morning every day. Your enemy is by your side. Sometimes your enemy is the one praising you. Sometimes it is even your enemy that you are seeing as friend. You don't know because you are mere mortal. You don't have that divine, divine eyes or that spiritual eyes or divine wisdom. So some of the enemies of Bola Ahmed Tinubu are right beside him in Aso Villa. They are the people that he likes most. They are the people that he trusts most. They are right beside him. He sees them every day. Sometimes, I told you about the voice of reasoning. Sometimes the people that he feels that hates him, they are just voice of reasoning. I told you there are three voices. The supporting voice, the opposing voice, the voice of reasoning. When the people are speaking, the voice of reasoning, they will tag them as your enemy, your opposition, you begin to take action against them as if they are your enemy. For instance, now, I will say some things that will favor you. I will say something that will not favor you. Some people will go and tell you, Omosholade Jesus not like you, not knowing that if you take time to watch all my video, you know that Omosholade, doctor of political science, is just a voice of reasoning. A voice of reasoning. I don't hate anybody. Why will I hate anybody? No. So some of the people around him are his greatest enemy. Because the president is even yet to properly acknowledge his action has not shown that he believes there is truly hardship and hunger in the land. His action have been going one way. They want to remove me. They hate me. They want to overthrow my government. That is all some of his action have been going towards. His action has not gone towards there's truly hunger and hardship in the land. If not, there won't be increment in petroleum pump price. Why? And these people, some of these people, they know there is hardship in the land, but they won't tell him. Is it that because they know he doesn't like to hear the truth? You know, when you are stubborn, when you are usually stubborn, when you are necessarily stubborn, some of the people that are walking around you, they begin to massage your ego. They will come and tell you what you want to hear. Because they know if you tell you the truth, you tell them you are stupid, you tell them get out, you tell them how do you know. So they'll just come and tell you, Oga, is that thing that you want to hear that they will tell you? Is that what we have in the presidency right now? Because maybe they know Bola Ahmed Tinubu is stubborn. Maybe they know that, he's more of a power-oriented guy. So bring anything about power to him, he will listen. Is that the case? Or the people around him are just not telling him the truth? Because there are people that want to remove him in government. Yes, maybe, I agree. But hunger and hardship is also in the land. It is also evident. So if all your action is towards people that you think want to remove you, are towards your political enemy, and your action is not addressing the organic hunger and hardship in the land, then there's a problem. I said I have 3 analyses tomorrow. This is, my time is fast spent. Let me just take some of your comments. Let me acknowledge you, then we go. The analysis has been so very deep and rigorous. I've not touched much about the Peter Obi, the Labour Party, the implication and all that. Maybe I'll touch on that tomorrow and bring another topic. So that's why I say you should subscribe. Great people. Prince Chubweze say yes. Don't worry. Subscribe. Turn on the notification button. We'll make it happen. We'll make it happen. Okay? If I hit to subscribe, make sure I'm on a comment menu. How many do I want to read? Okay. Emmanuel Black Shehu, I see you. Yusuf Abdul Karim. Willie, my brother from Akwa Ibom. Barnabas Paul, if you are still watching, shout out to you. Beatrice Ruth, Karim Molalekon, Freedom Trace, I see you. African yesterday, today, and tomorrow, I see you. Freedom Trace, shout out to you. That's one of our class captains today. I have 3 class captains today. Freedom Trades, Willie, and Stanley Nojuro, or Osuro. Sorry if I mispronounce it. Shout out to you guys. You guys have been wonderful class captains today. Shout out to you guys, okay? Taye Sonny, shout out to you. Abdurrahman Abdulaziz, I see you. I see your comment. Telima Peters, I see you. And Olalekon what? Is it Olalekon Aluko? Okay, I see you. I'm trying to wrap up. My time is fast spent. Andrew Samalia, I see you. You say you are watching for the first time from Azazagi. Where is that? If you're still watching me, which country is that? Andrew Samalia. Where is Azazagi? I'd like to know which country that is. Then Ahmed Nuruddin, say we're learning from you, so God bless you. I see you. Telema Peters, I see you. Angela B. Ayeiro, he said this is your first time. I clap for you. You are welcome. Negezi Leki, say welcome, sir. This is my first time. I just subscribed. God bless you. If you are watching me, if you are here to subscribe, turn on the notification button. Ola Wale, I see you. Nwambeke Ogbona, I see you. Ola Wale, I see you once again. Flygerian, you are the one that reminded me the name of the airport. I said CDG, then you made a comment that Charles de Gaulle. Shout out to you, my brother, I see you. Adeju Wankinde, I see you. And David Iyoha, shout out to you. Brain Tech, I see you. David Kim Young, I see you. Bright Omoregbe, I see you. If you're still there, shout out to you. Unwajide Kene, I hope I get that correctly. I see you. Paula Kene, shout out to you. If you're still watching, I see you. Thanks for watching. And Imosem Imosis, I see you. He says the USA has always been in support of any government that is ready to do their bidding. That's correct. If you like, kill your people, destroy your people. So long as US is ready, you put US in a position whereby they are able to benefit, to parasite, to milk your resources, and you are obeying the dictate of the Bretton Woods institution. They say go and put structural adjustment program. You say yes, sir. You go and put it. They say go and remove first subsidy. You say yes, sir. Forget. They will always be in support of you. Updating, sure, something, I see you. He told me, I see you. You say you've been missing a lot. Well, you can still play back the video anyway. I see you. iPop Arizona, I see you. Shout out to you. The Broke, you are the one that I said, why did you name yourself The Broke? I reject every spirit of brokenness in your life. You can't be the broke. You are the wealthy, the rich, the influential, the successful. You are not the broke. Okay. Okay. Yunus Awada, I see you. Prince Chubweze, I see you. Oluwa K8. Oluwa K8 is new here. Okay, Stanley, one of our class captain, thanks for welcoming him. Oluwa K8, well, let me just introduce myself before I sign out. If you are watching me for the first time, my name is Dr. Omosholadeji. I'm a political scientist. You say you are from Jigawa State. Oh, glad to have you. This is a detribalized platform whereby we talk about politics and happenings in the polity. And I'm the one managing this platform, but I usually have my class captain that I appoint when I'm making any presentation. And some days ahead, I will activate the call-in session whereby I want to hear from you too. So this is Dr. Omosholadeji, political scientist, public affairs analyst with a PhD in political science. So I speak from the expert perspective. Thank you, Yunus Awada. Yeah, it's a destabilized platform. We don't abuse. We don't abuse. We don't curse anybody. We teach each other. We learn from each other. Till I come your way next time, tomorrow, hopefully by the grace of God. See, like I said, if you are watching me and you do not subscribe, you are just lucky that YouTube brought my video to you by YouTube recommendation. Because some people maybe have liked and all that. So YouTube just recommend my. So if you are watching, if you are enjoying and you've liked anything that I've said, if you don't subscribe, you just do yourself, because that YouTube brought my video today doesn't mean YouTube will bring it again. There's so many people on YouTube. There's so many people on YouTube. So that YouTube recommend my video to you today doesn't mean you will. They will recommend it again. So subscribe, turn on the notification button, and press the like button, so that other people too can get to see this video and some of my other analysis and enjoy the thing you are enjoying for free. God bless you all. I appreciate your time. It's been a wonderful time with you on this episode of Politics with Dr. Omosholadeji, political scientist, public affairs analyst. If I'm able to make this happen tomorrow, fine, because I also have evening analysis on the media, or maybe I should stream live, from the studio. It's a radio TV, so watch out for this platform. That's why I say turn on the notification button. Till I see you again, I'm not always far from you. God bless you, sincerely. Thank you.